Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Sir? It's a house!
Come on, man. What's wrong with you? You know, that's just one step above stupid. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What's going on, freaks? I was trying to figure out if something was true or not. Like, apparently President Trump spoke at a football game. Everybody booed. I mean, that's just crazy. I don't know if that's true or not, but I saw it on Twitter. I thought it was like somebody just put that in there, but I don't know. What the hell's going on? It's wild. Copy and paste what link? What does that mean? Copy and paste that link. Where? Who? What? Yeah, it was pretty loud, whatever it was. I don't know if it was real or... It's pretty weird. Well, we watched there was 4 hours of the Harold Allen poisoning murder interview with the wife about 10 months after the murder. That was only found out because her daughter was greedy and tried to get more money and was arrested. And then the co-conspirator in the burglary actually mentioned that, hey, there was a conspiracy to kill Harold Allen, and so it was 4 hours long. I mean, it was pretty much what we'd already gone over, but just you're hearing her say it, or them say it to her, and she's came up with excuse after excuse. Wow, it sure looks bad, but like 100 things sure look bad, but it means something else. A little bit like Tyler Robinson, right? All these things that look really bad, but the conspiracy theory nut jobs, they don't see it that way. But as usual, hardly anybody showed up for that show. So if you guys are watching this show and have the ability to help support the channel tonight, I would appreciate it. We're just trying to keep reaching goals. Had a good night yesterday. I would like to keep it up and not have a night where it's going backwards again. They said it was a heaping pile of evidence, right? They might have gotten away with it until that robbery. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, the robbery, nobody would have checked. They just would have thought, oh, wow, he died of something. And no, I don't even think anybody was suspicious of it. Although somebody commented under my video and said that Ashley's previous husband died. So then it makes you sort of wonder, what's going on there. Yeah, and then I think tomorrow I'll probably play the one with Ashley, because when they interview Ashley, they refer to the mother's interview, so that might be interesting. But I'm just going to load them up as they are, not sped up or anything, just so that they're out there. as a record. Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I don't know how to make those 4-hour those streams like that monetize. Like financially worth doing. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I mean, because nobody watched. I mean, when I say nobody, there was 50 people. Was like the peak, 55 or something, and it's 4 hours long, and I have to sit there and monitor. I make the video, then I have to monitor it the whole time, and it's just a real struggle. Hey, look at that! It's KMTX's birthday. Wow, crazy. We'll have to go get Mary Lou to sing a happy birthday for you. Where are you, Mary Lou? What the hell is that?
Well, I was sleeping. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, you got to sing happy birthday for KMTX, all right?
KMTX? What does that stand for? Let me try. Happy birthday to KMTX78. Happy birthday to KMTX78. Happy birthday, dear KMTX78. Happy birthday to you.
What the hell happened? Well, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry about that.
What do you mean, Gray? That was the best I got. I tried my best, Gray. You're always so mean.
That's what they say. That's what they say. Yeah. There you go. Happy birthday. Hey, thanks. Who's your mama? Thanks for all you do. Great. Appreciate you. YouTube changed my name, but it's Michelle. Oh, I'm Hausen. There you go. They changed it to Who's Your Mama? That's pretty weird. Hey, thanks, Christine. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it like when you'd have hundreds of people watching the interrogation video. Maybe it's something that over time I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It's just hard to say. I don't know how to make something like that watched more. I think I need a producer, somebody that they're the ones that go out and hustle to get different this and this and this and this and this, and then I do the shows. Like I think that would just make everything smoother. It's too hard for me. I don't know how to do the algorithm thing. I've looked it up. I tried those things. It doesn't work. So I mean, look at right now, you guys. 77 people. How is that even possible with 179,000 subscribers? You would think somebody would accidentally just, oh, there's a show, and click on it, and you'd have 300. But it just isn't that way. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Hey, thanks, Marilyn. Happy Sunday to you, too. Yeah, like they're on a channel. I was actually thinking about that today. Like having, GHI interrogations, and then just load up any of those that I get. Something like that. I don't know. Who knows? But thank you. Hello, Carolyn Wilson, Marilyn, Jessica Schubach, Allie K, Paulette Leonard. What is that? Me? It's the same name that you just set up there. Who's your mama? Wild Bill Wassman, Lisa V, Christine, Tracy. There you go. Thanks, Allie Cake. Yeah, because I am trying to get more and more like, FOIA request stuff over the, I've got many different things. It seems like I could already put a bunch of stuff on a channel like that. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I think Zozo sent me a link, and it was something we talked about a while ago, but it always seems to kind of go away. You know, the part about the what is it? Where there was these people on Twitter or X, I guess, and different places that seemed to know in advance that Charlie Kirk was going to be taken out. You know, so that's the thing that's a little weird. You know. Hey, there we go. We got our first gifted membership tonight by Jason McGowan. Thank you. Hey, Tracy Van Brott. Did you watch much of that interrogation? I saw you over there. And thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Yeah, so on X there was a post that somebody made of Megyn Kelly, and I went out and I had to go I went through all of her videos until I found the interview was the one she did with Dan Bongino, but before Dan Bongino came on, she had her own sort of thoughts of things that she knew about. And so it kind of looks like that, right? Megyn Kelly. I have a link to her channel in there if you want to go check it out. I mean, everybody knows who Megyn. Who doesn't know who Megyn Kelly is? You know. But anyways, I'm just going to play it here, and we can listen to it. I mean, you don't need to see her face; you just need to listen to it. All right, here it is.
And they are citing 3 people at the FBI familiar with the investigation, reporting that the Bureau is looking into posts by at least 7 different accounts. Several of the accounts appear to belong to transgender individuals, and at least one of them followed the suspect in this case, Tyler Robinson's roommate. Okay, so followed the roommate.
Yeah, so what these people are making these comments followed Twiggs,
the boyfriend with whom Robinson was reportedly in a romantic relationship. Minutes after Charlie Kirk was pronounced dead, the user posted on X, "We fucking did it." This person has since deleted.
Yeah, so there's this one right here. Chur bum. And I really wasn't the only thing I can find. I'll tell you what one of the apps that I think is, I'm not referring to Telegram, but Telegram's a pretty big one. But I think Roblox is something I just keep seeing it over and over and over again. And I'm talking about, you see it on the profiles of a lot of these sort of deranged people. And I think Roblox is sort of a place where you can have these private chats. And I'm just wondering if these people, and then, you use your little image is never yourself. It's usually like a little character created. And it feels like Roblox is kind of a tool that some of these people use, because this Churbum 75M here is his. I mean, there's not a second person with Churbum 75M. I can tell you that. So, here's his Roblox account, and that's all you see. But they can go out and chat and do all kinds of different things, and I mean, I don't know what's happening. What I just clicked on, I don't even know what I'm clicking on right there. But that's crazy to me. And I see it all the time. I see Roblox in many of the predator cases that we cover, etc. It's always there. It's strange. It's almost like there's this it's a child predator thing. I've already looked that up. I've got let's see, right here. I've already looked up Roblox. Here's the screenshot. It's an image. It says, yes, predators have been reported to use the Roblox platform to communicate with children, groom, and exploit them. Despite Roblox having robust safety features, including automated chat filters, human moderators, and parental controls, predators can find ways to exploit loopholes, such as luring children onto other less moderated platforms like Discord. And see, isn't that crazy, though? I mean, like Discord, or obtaining personal information through other means. And then it says public and private chat. See, this is what I think that they've been using. Roblox offers both public, inexperienced chat and private messaging. By default, users under 13 have restricted chat, but this setting can be changed by parents. Thanks, Richard Watts. User-generated experiences. Some user-created experience games have been found to contain inappropriate material or scenarios that facilitate harmful interactions. Moving off platform, a common grooming tactic involving predators. I mean, this is about, predators, but I'm just trying, it's a crossover, okay? The common grooming tactic involves predator befriending children on Roblox and then convincing them to move the conversation to external apps or sites like Discord. And see, isn't that crazy? So Discord is where Twiggs and Tyler and all these other people were. And I'm sure that they didn't use, it just shows you that Discord is way more secure, and that's why they're there. But you wonder if they, on Roblox, they play these games and have these private chats in these rooms, and and it says whisper chats. There were past concerns that whisper chat messages were harder to monitor, although Roblox has stated its AI system can all communications for a harmful pattern, And maybe they're looking for a different type of pattern. Maybe you wouldn't be able to pick something up regarding Charlie Kirk, something like that. Anyways, it's a game. Obviously, it's popular. People play it, So anyways, this Churbum guy said, who's Henry? I don't know who Henry is. But if you're out there, you guys, if you can help support the channel tonight, that would be awesome. Even if we combine the earlier show, we're kind of in not a great place currently. So if you have the ability to, awesome. That have been confirmed by that was afraid of Israel was going. Hey, Henry. It's nothing's confirmed that you're saying, okay? And I'm getting so sick of this whole Israel, blaming Israel for Charlie Kirk's death. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And people who believe that are literally morons, okay? And I don't know what else to tell you. You can, believe what you want to believe, sit in your little bubble and believe that. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. It's stupid. Every single bit of information shows, and Israel isn't behind Tyler Robinson either, okay? Charlie Kirk was killed because of his transgender beliefs, and people that are transgender didn't like what he was saying. They probably felt like, oh my God, this guy's he's got a lot of power and we're not going to be able to, some shit like that. And they took him out. Okay. Thanks, Christopher Marshburn. All right. I'm going to keep playing this though right here.
The account. Another user, 5 days before the shooting, wrote, quote,
yeah, look how crazy this is. 5 days before the shooting, this person wrote, this is Osama bin Tezuka. And then it says, F you, Josh Incel. That's what I think it says. F you, Josh Incel. Okay, so I don't know what they're referring to there, but there you go. You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. I mean, this is 9/5. This guy knew that this was going to happen. Don't you think? Because look at the same person wrote.
Oh, you guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. along with an emoji giving a wink. I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. 5 days before the assassination. Then on Wednesday, after the shooting, this same account.
Man, you guys, I'm gonna start blocking people really quick here. I don't know why people are talking about all kinds of other things. It's just absolutely unrelated to anything that we're talking about. Who is this idiot here? Get out of here. Jesus. All right. Let's see. Let me go back a little bit.
Coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. 5 days before the assassination. Then on Wednesday, after the shooting, this same account writes, quote, well, that's that. And
I don't see where. Oh, there it is. Well, that's that. I was looking for where is. Well, that's that. Boom. Like that. Like he's now saying, see, there you go. And then another chud bites the dust. See that?
And another chud bites the dust. Chud, apparently a slang derogatory term for right-wingers.
Yeah, I don't know. And I looked up chud here. I've always thought chud was cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dweller. That's what I always thought it was. But there's also, can refer to ancient East Slavic people, a mythical people, folklore, or be used as an internet slang term for individuals associated with the far right. The acronym CHUD, C-H-U-D, also refers to a 1984 horror film about cannibalistic monsters in the sewers, a theme sometimes used in internet culture. And that's probably why they call CHUD, far right-wing people. That's probably, but it means cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. What we need in here tonight is some challenges, just to see if we can get somewhere. All right, chud, slang meaning chud. Okay, so we already looked that up.
This user has also deleted the account. The Free Beacon also reporting a TikTok account by an individual who appears to be transgender, writing, quote, Charles James Kirk does not know what's coming tomorrow. This isn't a threat. It's a promise.
Isn't that wild? Like the day before, they were saying that. So when you have that kind of information, and they're all these transgender activist types, doesn't it even seem crazier that that's exactly what was being talked about when the shot was fired? I mean, it is just, you got to admit like that. But I know that's a big topic in, at these debates and everything. So it could be just totally random, but man, that is so crazy. Because here's the thing is I think if you really look at this stuff here, it feels like that there are other people that were aware something was going to happen. They're all transgender activists. And then here's this question about that. And then boom. But it's talked about a lot, like I said. So it's just, they probably thought that was amazing. Yeah. Hey, Henry, you're clueless, man. Just come back and after the hearings in January and let's see what you have to say. Okay. I'm just not interested in anything you have to say. You're not interesting. You're not funny. You're not entertaining. You're not insightful. There's nothing of value that comes from your comments, unfortunately. All right. So if you make another one of your little crazy comments, I'm going to have to time you out. Yes, I am silencing your ridiculous opinion. Okay? It's bullshit. All right? That's all there is to it. What is Christine's? I'll give $5 if you do that. Okay, well, everybody, there you go. I'll give $5 if you do that. I think it has to be something where other, like a bulk thing, or I don't know how that works, that one. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Allie K. Christine. I'm not sure how that works because most people just go, well, hey, yeah. So sensitive. I just don't. Do you want to hear this crap from these people over and over again? The same stuff. It was a 21-year-old loner who loved his boyfriend so much that rather than people who stood to gain millions of dollars, see, he's an Israel hater. Okay. I don't care if people don't like the policies of Israel. I actually, I think it's not, I don't know what you say. Like, Israel can protect themselves, right? I think they just like America buying in just to have like sort of an ally or somebody, but they could easily do it. They defended themselves for, half a century. Okay. From 48 all the way up through, until all the different wars that they had, they did it themselves. And they have one of the best armies in the world. And, so they don't need our investments, things like that. Probably they could use the weapons and everything, but they don't need the help. They can do it. They know what they're doing. All right. But we consider them an ally because they literally are the only democracy in the entire Middle East where people are similar to people here. I mean, it's has the same kind of value system. And I think that's important to defend. Now, whether you want to agree with the government or not, you don't. But what I don't like, and I'm going to say this for the 800th time, is that Candace Owens and even people like Tucker Carlson, is they go beyond just Israel in this way that insinuates it's Jewish people, that are an issue. And then people start going, yeah, just, if you want to, whenever Candace brings up that, watch her chat in there. It's one of the most racist, vile pieces of shit chat that you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's scary because it looks like the same shit people might have been saying in Germany, like in 1938, 9, and in the streets. It's sick. Absolutely disgusting comments. And she has no moderation, nothing at all. And these people just have free reign to say whatever the hell they want to say. Just go watch it. Go watch it, man. It is sick, disgusting. And anybody in there going, yay, you're just as sick as they are. Okay. And you know what? It's sort of like, it's like the same people who thought having transgenders in women's sports was cool. You're just like that, because what you're doing is, Jewish people have gone through hell for, like forever. And they finally kind of had a place where they were feeling good. And then boom, like just like how women finally are, have their own space. And then you want men to compete against them. Well, then you're in here. The Israelis had this. And then boom, you get these people coming in and destroying the peace that they had for a while. The Democrats never liked Israel. In general, even though, like I said before, Jewish people, for some reason, vote for Democrats, the same people who don't like them. I mean, it's the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. But I think more of them voted for Trump this time because they could see the writing on the wall. And now people in that party are now attacking them. So what do they do? What do they do? Anyways, now, see if we can get some challenges going here. And I'm frustrated too, because whenever I say this kind of stuff, I get, oh, you're bought and paid for by Israel. I don't get a nickel from anybody. I just have a brain that works. Think about it. Think about what Candace is telling you. It is garbage. Okay. She's really good at telling the story, though. She's so good at it. Yeah, really pretty, and has that little face like, you see what I just uncovered? And it's just garbage, every bit of it. And I'm sorry that there's so many people out there that are just naive and just gullible, and somehow it makes a lot of sense to them, and that's even scarier. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Israel needs our financial aid. You know, however, if they need it for something, then sure. You know, I'd rather give it to them than some. You know, like we give money to countries that are actually enemies of ours. It's crazy. But anyways, could you guys please help support the channel tonight? We're just trying to keep things rolling along. Yesterday was pretty good and helped make up for one of the nights this month, and we don't want to go backwards. So if you guys have the ability, that would be awesome.
So how did all these people know this? Did they just get lucky? They just stumbled upon, they just had a feeling something was going to happen to Charlie and they all wrote it and they have links to the trans community? Wow, that's quite a coincidence. And there's new information regarding Tyler Robinson, the suspect, as well. As I mentioned above, he was in a romantic relationship with his roommate, who's a biological man.
See, this is from the 16th of September. So, you know what? Isn't it weird that this stuff right here was known this whole time? Wouldn't you think that more people would be digging into this stuff here? We did a little bit, and then I just kind of put the pieces of the what happened on that day together. You know, but this is the stuff she's talking about right here. Literally, I mean, you've got this Osama bin Tezuka guy saying, you guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know when you see it. And then that's that. Another chud bites the dust. And then on TikTok, the guy said, Charles James Kirk doesn't, is what that's supposed to say, doesn't know what's coming tomorrow. I mean, this is on the 9th. This isn't a threat. It's a promise. And you see what I'm saying? I mean, there was nobody else there. So, you know, and then Tyler Robinson did something. I don't know. Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Let's see. They better get all these losers in the Discord. Yeah. I bet you they're really digging into it. And if you remember just recently, that's when Megyn Kelly was talking about that's what she thinks that he did. There's these people in the Discord and people that were encouraging him, and there's people that knew in advance. And she already saw these screenshots back in before, but she probably would have removed those from her thoughts had anything discouraged her from those thoughts in her conversations with Kash Patel or whoever the hell she was talking to in the FBI. Oh, thanks, Eileen, for the Venmo there. Yeah, we definitely need some challenges tonight. This is going to be harder. Yeah. So we have that one. And then Churbum75M said, we did it. You know, we did it. Who's that? You know, who's we? And then that count was deleted. And then Osama bin Tezuka, that count on X was deleted after those comments that I just said. Osama bin Tezuka has at FU Josh Incel. And then his accounts are, you know, he has these ones. And so you can see the theme here. They're really into that, like, anime shit, you know, like, I don't know if this is the same one, but right here it says FU Josh Incel, exactly the same. And, you know, you see like the picture up there, it just sort of feels like this is the same thing. And then on Instagram, FU Josh Incel, see anime again. That's just totally that, you know, in that world. And then we also have this right here on TikTok. F you, Josh, incel again, anime, and then but some foreign language thing here. I don't know what the deal is there, but there's no way there's another F you, Josh, incel. That's just two, and they're all three, anime. Hey, there's nobody in the crowd that have anything to do with anything, pointing at. I mean, it might, So we get these kind of comments, like this one. Hey, does anyone know who is the guy in the red shirt? Obviously, he appears to point out Tyler Robinson's position immediately as everyone else is ducking. He is in the center, back at the amphitheater. Oh wow! Ooh, 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 ooh! God, that's so interesting and neat. Who knows, man? I just, people in the crowd point up somewhere. It's just that's what they do. Who cares who it is? I'm not sure what that even means, shadow aspect. I just told you. I just showed it to you on the screen. Grown males playing Magic, the Gathering card game. Give me the creeps. Right. Oh, you're fake. Okay, you're fake. Okay. I don't look at everybody in the crowd pointing at something. It's a waste of time, man. People point at things. There was a guy on a roof that pointed back to where the gun was. Okay, they pointed right back to where the shot came from. I saw them do it. They were filming. And they go, "Oh my God!" And they go, "Look over there." What do they have to do with anything? Do you think of let me ask you this: do you think somebody who was there that is part of it is going to immediately point up to where the shot came from? No, they don't do that. I'll tell you what is interesting though. Well, this is mildly interesting. I just thought of it just now. You know that guy, the guy that they did arrest. What was his name again? He was there. Well, look what he was into. And doesn't that fit with Roblox community? And then is there something there? I don't know, man. That is a little strange, right? Because he was a child predator. And there is, and then that Roblox association. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, that guy still is, he's just a guy that was nuts or whatever, but it's still interesting, just the fact that there's a guy that immediately said something. But, Roblox is where the pet predators are, and that's what they found out about him. So wouldn't that be interesting if he was I mean, I'm just throwing this out there because he was arrested because he said he had something. He goes, "Oh, I did it. Like if he was to get the people's eyes towards him and give more time for their guy to get away. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah. They all seem juvenile to me. I don't know. That just popped into my head. I was thinking of that George Zinn again, because he after they arrested him, or they arrested him and let him go, they rearrested him, I think, later for child. I'm not sure what exactly all of it was, but CSAM material. I don't know what that means. Robo Blark, you gotta type a better sentence than that. Questions, but really is just leading people down the rabbit hole. I don't even know what that even means. Again, type in better sentences, man. Let's see. They all seem juvenile to me. Of course, a gun was fired from there. I know. Like, what's weird about looking up there? Almost out of iced tea now. Oh, of course, if you're a troll, I'm drinking gallons of Jim Beam. Maybe there was someone else also planning to take out Charlie Kirk, but Tyler shot first. I mean, I don't know how we prove something like that. Sure, anything's possible, right? I mean, all right, let me play the rest of this.
Pretending that he can become a female and in the process of that, quote, transition. This news was confirmed to Axios by 6 sources. And not just that, but as we reported in our own AM update this morning, Tyler Robinson himself appears to have a link to so-called furry culture and a website to this culture, which is linked to the trans community and which involves people dressing up like animals and getting some sort of sexual fetish out of it. By the way, that same so-called boyfriend who was trying to trans himself into female was constantly all over the internet in furry costumes. That's
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of interesting, right? Like, Lance Twiggs seems to be the person that was way more into sort of trans. He wanted to be, he's transitioning himself, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And then you have Tyler Robinson that he was different, but then once I think he fell in love with, for a lack of a better term, Twiggs. And now a person, it's a total mindset shift for him. And he's like all in. And now he's trying to sort of validate how he's feeling. And now he's thinking that Charlie Kirk's the one that's wrong. I'm going to do this to protect my, my man, or whatever the hell they refer to each other. And he went out and he did this. I mean, doesn't that make the most sense of all this? I mean, he's a guy. Basically, Tyler was, probably a virgin. They say that he, in those other articles that we just were watching yesterday, he hadn't had sex in with anybody, and then all of a sudden, there's this, Twiggs who shows him some of that, and then maybe they drank one night. I mean, who the hell knows? And then things turned one way to another, and then just sort of became a regular thing. And then he became, he cared about him, and then he completely, just went. And I don't know if they other people convinced him to online, or how that all went down. But these people knew. How did these other people know that at the Charlie Kirk? I mean, is there every time Charlie Kirk spoke, were there other comments of the same? Yeah, we're having one of those the Lowell City nights, you guys. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel in here, we're trying to reach the goals. We're currently at about, 35% combined with the live stream earlier. Not even that. So if you have the ability to, that would be awesome. Ah, Jesus. Oh, my God. Charlie was pissing off a lot of... Yeah, sure. Yeah, Kirk didn't get shot with... He did. There was a 30-06 is what shot him. Whether or not you have the comprehension ability... See, everybody's a ballistic expert now because they heard a couple conspiracy theory wackos online say that it's impossible for a bullet to hit you in the neck and not come out the back. Well, that just isn't true. Okay, that isn't true at all, and just look it up yourself. It's going to come down to, what was going on with the rifle, what type of bullets were being used, just for other things. And I think, and I've said this for a long time, after looking it up one night, that I think the bullet was yawing. It got shot and lost its gyroscopic stability and hit the neck of Charlie Kirk, and that's why there's so much more sort of surface area force, that shock wave, because it didn't penetrate smoothly. It goes in and there's boom, because it comes in and then it doesn't make it out. It doesn't matter, man. You're wrong, okay? Let me just tell you something. You're incorrect. Rince Crindle, whatever the hell your name is. You're wrong, okay? It's going to come down to that it was shot by that rifle. That was the bullet. It's going to match. Everything's going to work out. You're going to be wrong, and you're going to have to tell all the people that you convinced over and over and over again that you were wrong. Now, that's never been. You're wrong, Shanduli. Let's just say this there has never been a 30. Well, you're wrong. Okay, you're incorrect. Yeah, I mean, Martin Luther King was shot with, I think, the same type. Look at, you're just incorrect. Well, you're just gonna have to wait for when they come out with the information. You're going to be wrong. Okay. It's obvious that the rifle found in the wooded area was used to shoot Charlie Kirk. The bullet that was the fired bullet that was in there had had Tyler Robinson's DNA on it. His DNA was on the trigger of the gun. So whether or not you want to believe it, I don't care. You're going to be wrong. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Okay. Excellent. And I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. It's just not worth it. Okay. So maybe come back in a half hour or so. We'll have another conversation. Let's see. You're going to have to wait for the autopsy report. Yeah. See, Erica Kirk's seen the autopsy. Yeah. Well, I need it'd be great if we could get some support for the channel tonight, you guys. We're really, this is one of those nights where you just kind of have to keep things going because we are currently combining both the shows at 1/3. And not sure what to make of it. Gonna have to wait for the autopsy report, which will never be seen. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, Joseph Scott Morgan probably has videos on that, etc. It's not. I mean, if you say this, I've already done this before. I had a conversation with ChatGPT about it, and they said no, that's a misperception that bullets don't. He said most of the time it does, but it doesn't always exit straight out the back. If it hits bone or a certain type of bullets, it's fractures, etc. Yeah, of course he did it. Yeah. Hey, man, caps to be seen. I'm not angry. First off, okay. Well, I'm going to. When you say caps to be seen, we don't. That's why we don't allow it. So we're gonna have to remove that one too. All right. See you later. I don't even know who you are, man. I haven't talked to you all night, one-eyed behind the camera. I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. Oh, you mean the fact that you brought up talking? Yeah. You don't, right in the middle of talking about something, you tried to bring up a totally different case, which is really strange and rude. Okay. So it's really strange. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't know where you would think that would be okay. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. Yeah, we definitely need some challenges. I think that's about the only way to do this tonight. We're got 2 new members, and that's it. What's going on in tonight's chat? It's just bizarre world. Anyways, let me get back to this. So she gets done with that, and then Dan Bongino later. If I can get it to play. Come on. Yeah, it's like dead. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Get out of here. Man, I get so sick of this. Maybe I will. It's just like Apple doesn't have the same problem. You know, that's what I'm told anyways. Yeah, but that kind of challenge doesn't do much, Christine. We got to do the one where, you know, if some people reach a certain number, then I'll do this number. You know, that's the thing. That one doesn't. As we saw earlier, I don't know why, but that's just I've seen that tried before. Yeah, everyone. 5 challenge freaks. Oh, you're talking about that's the one right there. So she said, well, that now that you've already done it, they're not going to do it. You know, you have to say, hey, we need 5, and then you'll do the 5. But they're going to go, now they're not going to do the challenge. Okay, it's a backwards challenge, you guys. Christine said she'd do 5 if you guys do 5. So why don't you guys do, you know, match her 5. There you go. That's what she meant to do. I wonder if I lost, I might have to like re-plug in my, hold on. That's weird. It's almost like it lost connection to, no, that looks pretty good. Let's try that again. Okay, there it is. Now it's doing it again. I think it lost connection to that drive. Hey, look at that. Wild Bill Wassman, Alley Cake. Thanks, Christine, up there. Very cool. We need 3 more of those, though. Yeah, look how slow that's loading up. It's like stopped right there. Why do you think it did that? Brutal. Try it again. Hey, look at that. It's Candlely Woodward Stone. Oh, yeah. What's going on with the Senate votes? What's happening there? Is it going to pass this time finally? I'm more concerned about what the Supreme Court's going to say on the tariffs. All right, I'm going to have to, I don't know what's happening with this. It's weird. Something strange going on with the RAM on the computer. Oh yeah, Mike. What are they at right now in the count? No, let me try to replug that drive back in. Hold on. All right. Maybe this will work this time. Did we get there? Got 1, 2, 3. We only got 3, you guys. We need 2 more gifted channel memberships. Because that would have happened if it was reversed. $50 months by Candalee Woodward Stone. 2 that didn't want it. I mean, so it's like it's going to be an overwhelming vote this time? Man, if I was a Democrat, I'd be angry at the Democrats if it passes, because then you'd say, well, why didn't you pass it before? Because you wanted it to be that way for the election, because you were using it to blame the Republican candidate. That's why you did that. Now let's see if I can get this to work this time. Yep, we need 2 more of the channel memberships to reach the goal by Christine up there. $59 to $40 after 2 hours. Only Geopo Center. Well, so that should be good then, right? So that'll make it 61. Well, that's exactly why they did that. I mean, it's obvious, you know. I mean, right after the election, literally like 3 days later, you're, oh, okay, yeah, everything's good now. I mean, come on. Give me a break. Isn't that weird? So was that drive connection must have lost. All right, so let's do the... All right, so we just need 1 more now to reach Christine's goal. Had she done it in reverse, it would have happened. So pretend that it's like, you know it, right? Let's see. Here we go.
Family and friends, we have a good.
So right here, this is Bongino and Megyn Kelly. So here we go.
Defendant and his boyfriend, the boyfriend Twiggs, is he still cooperating?
As of this point, the family and friends, we have a good number of people, including the romantic partner who have been cooperating and continue to. That could change. Of course, we hope it doesn't. It's very beneficial to have these folks cooperating. It's of note that pursuant to the press conference where we put out the photo of the suspect at the time and the video. And the reason we put out the video, I'll answer your question, but this is important too. There's a tie-in here. The reason we decided, and there's a lot of second guessing going on, and that's important. Listen, this is a taxpayer funded operation, the FBI. It's not a private company. You have every right to question everything. You pay for it. But we have an explanation for nothing we did was by accident. You know, when we held that press conference that night, the reason we had the governor and everyone put out that video is we wanted to anchor the new photos we had released and we're going to put out in front of a national primetime audience. We wanted to anchor it to the video so you understood why we were looking for this particular suspect. Now, to get back to your question about cooperation, pursuant to that, it was just a short time after, thankfully, due to the work of all the partners involved in this, there were members of the suspect's circle that recognized him and agreed, and he went and they turned himself in.
Yeah, Cash said this morning his dad recognized him.
Yeah, and that was due to the work of these folks.
Well, that wasn't right. It was the mother, and then the father also said that. You know. And then Dan Bongino says, yeah, we think that he dropped the rifle off the roof, and then when he hit the ground, he picked it up. Well, that's just absolutely not the case. Okay. So, I mean, some of this stuff early on, they didn't really, they didn't really have the information correct. It is what it is.
And this is no time for dopey, silly, victory laps. None of that stuff matters. This is a serious crime that's had repercussions and will have repercussions moving forward that are going to be very dramatic for political dialogue in the country. But yeah, that decision was not an easy one. You don't want to put out a picture and they say, well, that picture came out earlier. Yeah, but it didn't come out earlier to a primetime audience of potentially 5 to 10 million people. I was sitting in the command post, Megyn.
It's okay, Henry. Don't worry about it.
With our,
but usually when people are saying, "Oh, there's these forces out there that is larger for," they're talking about Israel every single time.
Entire team, which was significant. There were a large number of people there, from state and local officials to our FBI team, to people who are going to manage the media, because the media can be your friend and was our friend in this investigation. I said to them when they came in, I said, someone's sitting next to this guy in a restaurant right now. And when they walked back in and we had an identifier, I mean, to speak in jargon, we had an identifier on it. I don't want to say exactly what they said, but when they walked back in the CP, and I looked at Cash, and it was just this sense of relief. We, was only.
Were you there, Dan, when he was brought in?
No, he was brought in to it was about, forgive me if I'm not exactly correct, but it was about 3 hours from where we were in Orem and that whole Provo area. It was a different place down near St. George. So he was brought in there. So we had to transport him back. We just wanted to be sure. Obviously, Megyn, as you well know, we didn't care where as long as it was a law enforcement facility and we could appropriately take a suspect at the time into custody. We were not particularly concerned where. We just wanted.
And now I got to ask you this, and you know why, but is he being watched so that there can be no suicide?
Yeah, that's what we've been told from local officials who have custody over him right now, that he is in fact on watch. That is obviously going to remain a concern.
Did he buy this gun legally?
I don't want to say right now how he acquired the gun, but I will say there was some significant concern.
He got it given to him as a gift.
Expressed by the suspect in the case about the gun and retrieving the gun. The reason I bring this up is, again, I'm here with you in every effort to share what we can appropriately share so that information vacuums aren't filled. There was some conversation I heard on, I'm sorry, it was a news chat, I forget which one I was listening to, about retrieving the weapon. And there was some confusion where I believe that one of the hosts thought it was a retrieval from an FFL, a firearms dealer. That's not what happened. The digital comms traffic that we have and the concerns the suspect in this case were expressing was retrieving the firearm from the crime scene, not from a firearms dealer. It was from the crime scene.
Well, but that's another thing that people are confused about, because if Cash said that they found his, what we presume was his screwdriver on the top of the building, and they found his DNA on it, leading many to believe he had disassembled the gun when he jumped off of the roof. But then it appears when you guys found it in the woods, it was assembled. So can you provide any clarity on that?
Yeah, and I was a little hesitant in a media appearance this morning to go into specifics on especially the video and where the gun was. And there's a reason. Again, we only want to be transparent here. Yeah, just tell us what you can. Yeah, the suspect not cooperating. The video is obviously grainy, and as folks in the video space know out there, we have a number of really excellent tools in our lab, which is they're doing amazing work, and they've been up and handling this for days now. But the video is very grainy, and I want to be very clear, and I don't want to, there was, I've already seen some online trial. Yeah, I can see it on the screen. You'll see it's a grainy video. Now, I've been on that roof in that corner, and when you see the camera and the distance away, it's clearly not the best video. Now, let me just go back to what I said before, and I'll get into the gun. Don't let me forget the gun portion of it. It's because I just want to watch this for a second. You'll see here. Yeah, there's a couple different, what we call it. All right, there you go. So we see there's some
getting down off the listening audience. He's getting down off the roof. He hangs for a couple seconds. He drops to the floor, to the grass, and then he runs. Go ahead, Dan.
Sorry, I forget sometimes there's an audio only. I should be better. This is a former media person. I forget there's an audio component only. We're watching.
I got you.
They were watching the same thing we've seen.
Seconds, he drops to the floor, to the grass, and then he runs. Go ahead, Dan.
Sorry, I forget sometimes there's an audio only. I should be better. This is a former media person. I forget there's an audio component only. We're watching.
I got you.
The camera is quite far away. It's not the best camera to see exactly what happened to the gun. However, we have some working theories, and one of them is that he drops the firearm fully assembled onto the ground and then retrieves it. Now, the firearm we're processing in conjunction with our ATF friends, but the firearm was wrapped in a towel. And as the director said this morning on a cable news appearance, the towel, we did get a pretty strong forensic DNA hit. So that's the only reason. Again, I don't want anyone to speculate, oh, they're not sure where the gun is.
The rifle was in his pants.
We have to be careful what we put out. And the video is not the best quality. It's not, and for no other reason than it's, the video was, that camera where it is not a crime scene camera.
Yeah. So the thing is he went to the crime scene with the, like when he walked on his final run, the rifle was broken into two parts, disassembled into two parts. And the scope was, mounted on the barrel or whatever you want to call it. And then the butt of the gun was also another part. And they were both down his pant leg. And that's why he was limping on the way there. And then when he went on the roof, he ran because he assembled it on the roof. And apparently that's why the screwdriver's on the roof with Tyler Robinson's DNA on it. And then after the shooting, he didn't put it back in his pants. He ran with the rifle, covering it in a towel. He's got an elongated item wrapped in a black towel. From the camera, they saw him go into the woods. And then they tracked him that way, and lo and behold, the rifle wrapped in a black towel is in the woods, and Tyler Robinson himself admitted to leaving the rifle in the woods wrapped in a black towel, and that he was going to go get it later. It's just, man, it's so obvious. I don't know where these people come from.
It's a camera designed for just general surveillance on campus.
It's been explained so many times at this point. I don't know how people don't know that.
And when you're there, you'll see it's a distance away. But I missed my point. I want to wrap this point up because it's really important. You may fairly enough as taxpaying citizens again say, well, during the presser, why release grainy video? Because that is the crime scene there. That's where we have evidence of a suspect who shot from that location. We have a suspect who appears to be on camera there.
Oh, it's okay, Christine. You don't have to worry about it. But you guys were still lacking one gifted membership from Christine up there to reach her goal that she set. Who's going to do that? And then let's see if we can do another one.
Fleeing the location. And we wanted to anchor that. This is really important to the photos we were releasing. What we didn't want is
we wanted to anchor the video with the photos they were releasing.
Fleeing the location. And we wanted to anchor that. This is really important to the photos we were releasing. What we didn't want is we release a photo and people say, well, why that particular photo? We thought the video, how the quality is okay, but not, the pixels are not great. We wanted to be sure we could anchor it to here's why this particular suspect
there we go.
is of interest to us right now.
We did it.
When inflation jumps, when you hear the national debt is over $37 trillion, do you ever think maybe now would be a good time to?
I don't think that. It's weird. I've never thought that. And that's another commercial because she's wearing different clothing than that one, and different clothing there because she has sleeves, and that's different too. All right. Yeah, so even Bongino, he's talking about how they jumped off there's my, hey, let's watch that again, get some laughs. All right, okay, hold on. So whenever I'm on court TV, this is what happens. Here we go. That's with no hat on.
When I was on court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
That's the best. One more time. Here we go.
When I was on court TV, did you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
I can do it perfectly. Oh, it's amazing. I can do it perfectly. I can imitate myself absolutely perfectly. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. No, there you go. That's the one, right? No, that's different. Yeah, I thought this one was cool. I actually walked right back to where you see him running later. I didn't realize that I'd gone that far back. But where's the... Oh, this is the one. Okay. That's what they all say. I'm never watching again. The trolls on Court TV anytime I'm on a video. See, the thing is, I don't know why they say he dropped the item on the ground and then picked it up. That just doesn't make any sense. Watch this. You can see it clearly. I mean, really clearly, actually. He's holding it in his right hand. And then when he jumps down, it doesn't hit the ground there. He's got it still in his hand right there. As a matter of fact, I mean, watch this. He's got it still in his right hand. Look at right there. Look at that. Can you not tell by that picture that he's got an elongated item wrapped in a black towel? Can anybody not see that there? And it's like, you know, I think the rifle, I mean, it's sort of interesting. I think you can almost see it back here a little bit. And then it's like he's still got it in his hands. And then he reaches, so it's in his right hand. See this? So when he hits the ground, it's in his right hand, and you can see it swing open right there. And then he goes, oh, shit, my glasses. So he reaches down with his left hand. He wants to cover his eyes. And then he gets up, and he starts running over here to put his glasses back on. You can even watch him do it. Look at I mean, right there. He's putting it back on his head. And unfortunately, they move all over the place. But he's got it on his head now, and he's still walking. And you can see he's got something on that side, and he's keeping away from the street view. It's an elongated item wrapped in a black towel. There it is. And these shots here, I think, are really telling. In these ones, I think it's like right in here, he walks and he keeps it right next to his leg and lets it swing with the movement of his leg. All of these are like right in here. So look at, he's swinging it left, 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 and it's going with it, and then it sort of separates now, and then, you know, it's, I mean, I think it's so obvious and clear that he's got an elongated item and it's wrapped in a black towel. Now, if you can't see that, it just means your brain is defective. All right. But hey, guys, is there any chance you guys could help support the channel tonight? I, try not to ask too many times, but we are trying to get to at least the minimum goal, and we're still about, I don't know, almost $100 away, if you can believe that. And that's with a 4-hour show earlier and this show. So we got to try to get moving. We're now almost a third of the way through the month. All right, let's do it. A troll thwarted attack. Chris O'Connell. Why don't you do a challenge, Chris O'Connell? Maybe that'll work. Yeah. I don't know how many times we got to say this. Watch this right here. It's just one of those things you got to keep saying over and over and over again. So here comes Tyler Robinson at 11:45, and he's walking with a limp right there. Hey, wow. Thanks, Chris O'Connell. Look at that, you guys. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Very cool. See, he's right there. He's got the same sort of, it's not as clear in that video, but back here you could see it. So when he was walking here in the sunlight, right there, that little stretch. See how he kind of swings the right leg forward? And not only that, the timing of it's absolutely perfect. This is 11:45, and then the next shot, he's right over here at 11:48-ish. So he's coming, and there he is on that street. And that's a wider angle of it. And see, look how he's walking exactly the same, wearing the same clothing, etc. Why do you think he's limping like that? You know what the conspiracy theorists, nut jobs, tell you? That his leg is partially paralyzed. And yet this same guy sprinted across the roof. And thanks again up there, Chris O'Connell, for the troll spray. That was very good, very good. And welcome all the new members because of Chris O'Connell. When did ever claim anything different? Reading, you're like a gaslighter. 62 sketch. Let's see. No, nobody got misunderstood anything. Being in his pants while walking. He did have the rifle in his pants while he was walking. He did have the rifle in his pants while he was walking. Maybe I need to go up and reread it now. Let's see. He did not have the rifle in his pants when he jumped, which is what I was talking about. Okay. All right. So you set up. Yeah, when he didn't have it in his pants when he jumped. And I don't even know what your comments are. I was just referring to what people are saying. I'm looking at the one above that said that the rifle wasn't in his pants when he was walking. But you can see it right there. See how he's swinging it forward? He's walking exactly the same way that in the Matt Kester video that the guy that did the same thing walked. And here he is walking again. Why do you think he's walking like that? So here's this guy walking with this weird limp because there's a barrel down the back of his leg to the knee. Right? And then right after that, he walks into a tunnel. And this is the start of the tunnel. And these are the photographs that his own parents said, oh, that looks like our kid. Both of them said that. Wait, Chris O'Connell has another challenge? Oh, look at that. Chris O'Connell will donate 5 more if you guys do 5 gifted memberships. That'd be pretty awesome. Someone claimed he risked impaling himself on the rifle. No, he didn't. Yeah, well, oh, you were referring to them. I see what you're saying, yeah. Well, I mean, he could have impaled himself if, like, he was holding it strangely and, he is holding the rifle in his hands and it's kind of long. So when he jumped, if he had it, the butt was on the ground and maybe the front of it was, in the wrong spot, it might go ooh, like into his stomach or something. But, I doubt it would penetrate just because it's not sharp or anything. Do you guys see Chris O'Connell up there? They've got an actual challenge going. All right, so you got this one. His parents recognized every one of these shots as being, especially this one here. See, here's the weird part, you guys. The first image that was released was this one right there. Remember that? That was the first one released. His parents saw that picture and said, oh my God, that looks like our kid. Because you know what their kid looks like. And then all of these, of course, they see these. Oh yeah, yep, that's him. Right? And then right after that shot, just I would say about 22 minutes later, this is him after he was seen walking with a limp in front of the Low-C building, into the building, goes up on the roof at 12:15, and then walks with a limp over to the wall and then jumps over. But man, you guys, we got to get started on the goal by Chris O'Connell. There must be an expiration point on that. It's about, that doubles what you're doing. So that'd be pretty sweet. That wasn't it. Thanks, Mariska. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Chris O'Connell. It's just like, I don't know. I must have done something wrong today. I don't know. Anyways, look at that right there. This shot here, I remember originally when we saw this was like on the 10th or 11th in the evening or whatever. I said, look, it looks like he's got like a white logo on his shirt there. And then isn't that amazing that in these shots right here, when you look at this one, there it is. You can see it. Well, look at that. They were all done in one there, Chris O'Connell, by Up Country Morning. And then there's Marilyn. Thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate it. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. And for the people getting the memberships, it's only $1.99 to stick around if you want to. A month. It's pretty inexpensive. Oh, and there's Chris O'Connell's. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. It's always, I always think it's kind of interesting. Like, I think I need to do it again where, like, I can do the whole, every movement that he made in one and include surveillance. But weirdly, people aren't interested in those kind of videos. It's the weirdest thing ever. But I have all of this. Like, see how he's walking right there, and then he walks right over here, and then he turns. I have that on video. But what we were talking about was the the community online, the trans community that Twiggs and Tyler Robinson were communicating in. It's a little interesting, isn't it? I mean, we sort of forgot about those immediate posts, and then the ones that people found that were before that seemed to absolutely know something big was going to be happening at that event. I mean, how were they so sure something was going to happen? But also, why would you say that? Why would you type that in? It's because maybe people just can't control themselves. Well, thanks, Upcountry Mornings. You gotta always pay attention to what direction is up. All right, so let's just do it our own way here. So here he is walking right here. Watch this. And then he turns right onto the grass. He actually pauses for a moment. You see that? That's always interested me. What was he doing? He's not hiding. There's no reason to hide from somebody. It's almost like he almost changed his mind. It's like he felt like right when you get to that grass, it's go time. Tunnels next. You're doing it. It's pretty wild. And then let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. So we'll just go all the way over to here. Yeah, right here. See, this is exactly where he was just walking, what you just saw. Watch this. And then he cut over right here onto this grass. See that? And then he goes over this little bridge. So why would he turn around right there? You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's no reason, unless he just sort of thought for a moment, I don't know. Okay, screw it, I'm doing it. And then he walks down here like this. And then when he goes down here, he chose this way, because if you go down the street there's stairs that go down. But you don't want to walk on stairs when you're wearing, when you have the gun in your pants. You just need it to be as smooth as possible. All right? So here he goes. And then I'll just move it forward a little bit because I accidentally go down that side. You want to go to the left here like this. And I'm just going to move it forward. And then look, he gets right to the stairs here of the tunnel. All right, right there. And there is the, I'll go down one set. There we go, right there. And then there's the camera. And then if we go back to here, that is this shot right there. Okay, he just walked down those stairs. And the camera's filming him doing that right there. Right? And then we see this next. Well, guess where that is? I know the freaks have seen this 1,000 times, but I'm trying to get anybody, if there just happens to be new people, I want them to see it because it's just the simplest thing you ever saw. So here he is walking down the tunnel. That last shot we just saw is right. He's standing, not here, right here. And that's the camera right there that films this shot right there. See how the lighting on the wall is kind of that orange color? That's exactly what you have right there. See that? Okay, great. Then you go around the corner here and see that? Those are the stairs. So there's the tunnel. So, I mean, that's a great way to look at it. Just right here. Let's just do it again. Look how this works. So we're looking backwards right now through where we just came down the stairs. And then I'm going to stop it right here. So now look at that. You can see all the way through the tunnel. The road is right above there. And then you come in and then you go up these stairs right there. All right. So as he goes up these stairs, we're right here. And then see that camera right there? That's the one that picked up this shot right here. See that? He's partially up the stairs. And then the next shots will be here, here, and here as he goes around. So we'll just show that now. Going up. And he's walking with a limp in his leg. They're going to see this on this camera too. He's going to sort of struggle going up the stairs, sort of swinging the leg, you know, stepping forward with his left leg and then moving up to stand on the stiff right leg. And then he goes out to here, to the kind of a utility road out here. Okay, and then you go down. I'm just going to kind of speed it up a little bit, skipping through, but you can see we're just going straight down here. Now, right here, I think he went up to the left here because this is how he can avoid going up more steps. You don't want to go over there because then you have to go up those steps and then you have to go up some more steps. He's just going to walk this way right here. And he's probably got some, what do you call it? Like, you know, the limps going on. That was after 2 months of me not being able to walk. So I admit that I look a little chubbier in those pictures than I should. All right, so he goes up here. See how there's almost no steps at all? Just those 4 a second ago, and then these. That's it. But if you go, look at that. Like if you went up those steps, man, that'd be brutal. And then there's even a larger set of stairs over there. So this is how he did it. I would bet money on it. And then he walked through here, and then that's the Losi Center building right there. Okay, and I'm showing you this too. This is how simple this is, and I bet you it looked about as deserted as this because everybody was watching Charlie Kirk. Everybody was in that little area where he was, and he's sneaking up behind. I mean, it's almost like the event itself was a distraction to people for him to be able to achieve so easily what he did. In fact, I could have done, like when I was there, you could do the same thing. Like right now, there isn't a soul that, I mean, I just walked by a police car, they didn't say anything. I mean, nobody cared. It's like they care, but you know, who's going to stop you if you're limping? Hey, why are you limping, sir? We think you might have a gun. I mean, nobody does that. So right here is I guess this is the Dean of Students is in this building here. And this is right where Tyler jumps off the building right there. See that? That's right where he jumped off. So I just showed you how easy it was to walk from the garage to right here. And we can look around. The camera that filmed everything is right there. Okay. And he just walked around, and eventually he goes inside the Losi building. And there's this door right there. I used to think it was over there because I didn't have any footage or reference to it, but I knew he went in over here somewhere. All right, then we go into the building. So we just came in from right over there. Their camera's up on right up above there. And those are the stairs right there. I mean, look how simple that is, you guys. I mean, for the people who haven't seen this, I don't have enough people to think that there's people haven't seen this. But when I was there, they had taken down the fence that kept people from going up there. And so they put something here after the shooting to keep people off of being up here, but since removed that, and now you can walk right up the same exact way that Tyler Robinson walked up, and that fence that you see right here, that tall one, was not there at all. It was absolutely open. All that whole brown area was open. So you'll sort of see what it looked like to Tyler Robinson here in a minute, because I put the camera over the fence. You can see me holding it there, the 360. And right here is basically what it looked like. You know, he walked onto the roof, and then right here just stepped over this wall here, laid down. Wow, thanks, Chris O'Connell. Real lifesaver tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Very kind, very kind. Do I have the that music playing? If I don't, oh, there it is. Oh, maybe it'll come in. We're on a little delay. So he laid down right here and took the rifle out of his pants with the screwdriver, put the 2 screws in and put it together. And then I don't know what he was waiting for. He was there for 5 minutes. And I'm not even sure. I mean, Charlie Kirk took a long time on the first questioner, but I think he would have had to get up, and he ran over there before Kirk even started, because you know, it's really weird. I guess we could go back and try to figure that out. But he stood up right there and he ran now. And the reason he's running is because the rifle is not in his pants anymore. He's holding it in his hands. Hey, thanks. I'm a gal, yo. I don't know what happened. I wanted to hear the. Bray, just answer the what question, man? I'm not even reading your comments. Throw it in a super chat and I'll read it. That's what they're for, man. Haven't you guys figured that out yet? I mean, if you've been a long time freak, I'll probably see your comment and read it. But man, if you're some random person like you think you'd put it in. Oh, come on, Chris O'Connell. What's going on? Oh, you want to hear the music? Let's see. Well, I think I do have it on. Let's see what happens. No, he didn't. That wasn't. No, James, you're wrong on your time there. We'll have to get back to that in a minute. Where's the music? I want the music to play on this. Wait, is it not open? No, it's there. Should work. I don't know. Not sure what's happening there. Thank you so much. Very kind, very kind. All right, James I know. I want the dancing taco. I don't. Oh wait, it would have just shown up on mine, I guess, but I don't see it. I mean, I heard that when the memberships were coming in, but oh well. That's my imitation of it. It was, they asked Mary Lou to sing a song. All right, so what James Scottman said, when he was walking back home in the black shorts, back home, what does that even mean? That was at 11:49 a.m. How do you expect him to shoot Kirk when he was heading back south? See, you don't know the case, man. I mean, I'm just telling you, you don't know the case at all. You do not know it. That just proves it right there. Let me just show you. Let me show you. Man, where do you guys come from? Do you guys just do this to like throw people off? Look. See this right here? This is 11:49 right here. See that? That's 11:49. So he's not wearing the shorts. See that? He's got the pants on. He's walking across the street. This is 11:49 here. And then he's over at the stairs at 11:53 to the tunnel, and he's there for a few minutes looking at his phone, and then he goes down. Now, we don't know the exact time. They didn't tell us that. And then here he is right here. This one doesn't have a clock on it, but I've actually calculated it out. I mean, it's like 11:50 over here, something like that. Yeah, and the gun's in his pants. What is the person talking about in his shorts? It's ridiculous. This video here is, so what I figured out, and I was the only person to figure it out again. I have a whole bunch of little technical things that I figured out, and you never get the credit for it. Nobody cares. So it's right here. See this video? This one is at 9:57. Okay, he walks by. And then people said that when he walked by that other camera, it was 8:08 in the morning. So I went and took the, the time of day, and I put it into this whole system with shadows and everything in 3D Studio Max, and I was able to determine that it was actually 10:08-ish when he walked by that camera, which matches this perfectly, because when I walked from here to where that surveillance shot was, it took 10 minutes. So this is absolutely perfect. So he walks by right here. It's 9:57:52. He's walking this direction. Okay, and then he just keeps walking. This is the video that I got. You know, the media stopped it here. That's what TMZ did. So I went to this guy's house. He gave me a thumb drive with all of this extra video where he walks all the way down there. I'll speed it up. And he goes around that corner. All right. Then after that, we see him right here. So this isn't 8:08 in the morning. It's 10:08. And does that make, see, this is what always made sense to me, that that's what we were looking at, given the fact, and the reason I thought that originally was, like, get out of this scene here, go as fast as I can over to Utah, and zoom in right here. So that shot you were just looking at was right here, down that street, and he was just turning this corner here. You didn't need to see the video to know that that's what he was doing. So knowing that, you would think, okay, well, then he's probably going to walk by here later, and that's exactly what the shadows said, was at 10:08, he walks by right by here, 10:08, 10:09, something like that, right here. And then you see him sort of veer to the right, and I think he did a dry run. I'm the one that came up with that he did a dry run, but now you hear everybody type it on Twitter, all these different things. And the reason that you could do that is because I came up with that time frame, right? So he comes over here, and I think that they have him on camera going in this tunnel at like 10:12 or so. That's what I have right there. And then I think he may have even done the whole thing. He walked all the way over here, found the best route up, went over here, and I bet you anything, he went up the stairs and he stood right there. I bet you that camera has him on there earlier in the day. That's just a theory, okay? It's a theory. But my theory is he's right there earlier in the day, standing there, and then he walks back, goes down, perhaps even walks right here in front of there, And I wouldn't be shocked at all if he's on camera again over here. It could be, though, that he even went through the wooded area and sort of practiced how he was going to get out of there. And he goes right over here by the ROTC building, and he goes like this. I walked just like this to here. So I was standing right where he went across. And then I think he came down here, and then he went back up this direction. I wouldn't be shocked at all if that surveillance camera here that filmed Tyler coming in also films him in the maroon shirt going this direction, because he came this way. That means the car is up this way somewhere, right? I think the car was probably parked here on the final pass, because it's a great spot. It's got fences on both sides. You can't see anything from down here, and over here you wouldn't see it because he was facing this direction like that, with the driver's side door, passenger side door open, and then that's where he put the gun in his pants. When he came back, he didn't care about that. But I think earlier in the morning, it's possible he parked right here with his car, because that's another great spot, and that's why you see him walking here doing his dry run. And like he does, he changes things up. He's got a different color backpack, etc. So then after his dry run, he comes back up back this direction, but I don't think he goes like this. He may have walked up this street, because this guy does not have him on camera again after that. So he did not come back up the same way. So if he came back up here, he got to this car, then he drove down here and then sits in his car for a bit, puts the gun in his pants, walks this direction, comes around, passes these two cameras, goes into the tunnel, comes out the parking garage right here, down this direction, and then in front of the low-C building, goes inside the low-C building, and then about 13 minutes after going into the building, he comes up these stairs, and that's at 12:15, and 12:17 climbs over the wall. 12:22, after assembling the rifle, gets up, runs across over here, fires at 12:23:28-ish, and at 12:23:34, he's running by right there. Then he runs across and goes over here, puts his foot on the side of the building, slides it down to here, and jumps off with the rifle in his hand, sprints across over here, goes into the wooded area, where he then puts the rifle wrapped in a black towel that he was holding when he jumped off the roof in the wooded area here. And then he changes clothes into the maroon shirt. And I think he kind of makes his way like this, goes up this steep embankment, jumps over a fence over here, boom. He's got the backpack on, and he's moving through here and makes his way back to his vehicle. And then we see him just 15 minutes or so after that over here at this shopping mall over here, and his vehicle's parked right there. Isn't that crazy? Who knows it better than that? It's wild. Gray, that doesn't mean he's the shooter. I mean, sure, I think he's involved somehow, but okay. Right. You know, the sad part is, wouldn't it be better if I was the channel that had 5,000 people watching, where they all got the reality, instead of I get 180 people? You guys are 180 people of quality, though. But it's sad that YouTube pushes out the conspiracy angle and really helps them out. And people like us, you know, even Paramount Tactical doesn't get the same numbers that he was getting before, because we're not selling the conspiracy. How sad is that, huh? Let's see. Tyler Robinson didn't escape. He was extracted from the area when he jumped. He didn't jump 15.8 feet down from the side of the UVU. He ran to the forest and it wasn't a forest, and extracted by other air transport. You're being goofy, right? I mean, there's a vehicle right there with Tyler on the. Oh God! So other cars can't be driving. I thought you just said he was air extracted. Man, you got to be kidding me! Casual walking. Hey, suspicious something. Too much Mission. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Wait, what's Mission Impossible? I was doing Another One Bites the Dust. Let's see. It's dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun, dun, 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 dun. No, that's something else. What is that? No, I think that's right. The guy in the stairs is Tyler Robinson. That's why it's. Well, let me ask you something. Hey, Clean Sweep 202. Can I ask you a question? Do you know what Tyler Robinson looks like better than his parents? I'm just curious. Do you know what Tyler Robinson looks like better than his parents? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, now we know you're a troll. All right. Oh, they passed the key test vote. So that doesn't even count? Do they now go vote for real right now? I still think that white Lexus in that parking lot is... Yeah, that is interesting how that car went right behind it. I don't know what that means. That is odd. I do admit that is the one oddity that I've seen. Just one, is that Tyler Robinson parked his... what is it called? What the hell is that thing? The Dodge Challenger right here, facing that direction. And another car pulls up right behind him in a parking stall. Why would it do that if it wanted to leave? You know, it's like this whole place here was open on the actual road part of the parking lot. But then that car, Tyler pulls off, and that car followed it. I can't, no matter how you look at it, even Lisa Valenzuela would think that that is pretty strange. Hey, thanks. Jump for joy. I'm jumping for joy. KMTX said, please help support the channel. Available ways to support the channel. Wait, what? KMTX, what is your normal? What was your name before? I mean, what is your actual? God, it's so crazy. Like, you're a moderator, but I don't even know who you are. I mean, because it never said KMTX before. You know what, you guys? I think it's the part that I think I've always said I think is possible. Oh, it's K-me. Okay, cool. There you go. Okay, K-me. I can go with that. K-M. All right. This whole transgender community thing that seemed to know about it. I guess I wouldn't be shocked if there was one of those people, if they were that sure of this, was there. And maybe that, I mean, isn't it interesting? Who was he texting at the top of the stairs? See, that's one of the things I've asked. You know, when he's right here, just before this, he was standing there and he was on his phone. Wouldn't that be interesting if that turns out that he was texting somebody, but maybe that's a burner phone or whatever, but he was texting somebody and they're there and they're saying, yeah, he's not out yet. Okay. Stuff like that. Like, there's somebody in the crowd watching to give him information of, like, he doesn't need that. However, I mean, he knows when the event's going to start. He just can get to a spot and shoot Charlie Kirk. It was that simple for him, unfortunately. Later this week, why not just do it tonight, for God's sakes? Oh, then it has to go back to the House again. That's right. Do you think the House will just pass it, right? And does that have to be overwhelming? I think it'll pass because that means that they have been told by their people to pass it too, the Democrats. Brain around what you said. You just said, dude is toast. Who? You talking to me? Oh, lead me to bliss. Having questions doesn't mean you're a troll. No, but what makes you a troll is when you ignore. I just told you. Here's what makes you a troll. Clean sweep. I think everybody will agree, even you, is that what makes you a troll is when I said, do you think you know what Tyler Robinson looks like better than his parents? You said yes. Okay, and that's just complete nonsensical lunacy, right? I mean, his parents know what he looks like. I mean, what do you think about this clean sweep? His parents recognize this person, and then they follow that person with the same limp all the way up onto the roof. You meant no now? Okay. And then on the roof, Tyler Robinson, the person that the parents identified as being Tyler Robinson, goes onto the roof, has the same limp as he's walking in front of the Losi building, same limp on the roof, climbs over the wall, and they're not limping anymore. So now you know that the person on the roof is the same person that the parents identified as being Tyler Robinson. Okay? His own parents said, oh, yeah, that's our kid. And then you go, well, I mean, okay, some people look different. But then there was a screwdriver found on the roof with his DNA on it, for God's sakes. How does he overcome that? I mean, that's incredible. And then they see the guy that the parents identified as Tyler Robinson on the roof jump off with an elongated item wrapped in a black towel. They follow him on camera as he goes into the woods. They go to the woods and they find a rifle wrapped in a black towel. And guess what? The DNA from Tyler Robinson was on the trigger and on 3 of the 4 shells inside the gun, and including the spent bolt around shell, you know? I mean, don't you get how does he get out of that logic stream there? There is no out for him. Okay? And then he has messages on Discord referring to the gun being wrapped in a black towel. So even if you think that their message back and forth was to protect the other person, they still had knowledge of exactly what was happening there. Okay? And then they have information that he went back and tried to get it. I know it isn't, Lisa, but I mean, I think I'm providing a valuable service here, because hopefully there's other people out there that's brains have just been manipulated. There's this one idiot out there. He gets 5,000 people a show watching, and he only has 40,000 subs, and he only talks about the Google Trends, and then it's just garbage. The stuff that, I mean, if you watch for 5 minutes, it's all garbage, but he sold it to a bunch of really stupid people, okay? And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Why do people even want to question it? Because they don't want it. They need it to be the conspiracy. They need it to be one. Yeah, it's Grandpa's gun. Yeah. Yeah. And don't you think that's interesting too? So the guy that the parents said, look, that's our son, it looks like. And then the same person is walking in front of the Losi building, goes up there, shoots, kills, gets up, stands up right after shooting Charlie Kirk, runs across, leaves a screwdriver up there with his DNA on it. And then, let's see, what was that question? It was right there. Oh, yeah. And then the parents also recognized a rifle that was shown in the media, and it matched the exact one that was given to Tyler Robinson as a gift. Okay. You see that? I mean, what other answer do you have here? Oh, we got 39 gifted channel memberships. Should we try to get 11 more, or just, that's kind of one of our lower gifted membership nights, but at least try to get a rounded number. Maybe, I'll tell you what, if you guys do 6 more, I'll donate 5 myself. All right. Well, his parents know who the shooter was. They drove him to the police station. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, you forgot about that part. You know, when he came home and he confessed, and his parents took him to the police station, he was going to take himself out. Why was he going to do that? Why was he going to take himself out if he didn't do it? He felt so bad for Charlie Kirk. Yeah, a massive amount of evidence. All right, so you guys do 6 channel memberships, and I'll donate 5. That'll give us 11 more and right to 50. How about that? His parents also gave a statement. Whose? Yeah, Tyler Robinson has no out. In fact, I think soon he's going to plead guilty. You know, they might string it along because jail's better than prison, et cetera, et cetera. But I think his lawyers are the same as Ann Taylor. They're just, yeah, this guy, he did it, man. This is, and by the way, for all of you following the Idaho 4 case, isn't this one about 100 times stronger? Like, you just look at it and go, I mean, they're both just overwhelming. This one is particularly overwhelming. Like, for example, we don't have notes from Brian Koberger saying, yeah, man, I went into that house and then I killed him and all, you know, did all the stuff, you know. We don't have any of that stuff. We also don't see Koberger on video walking to the place where somebody goes, oh, man, that's my kid. He didn't leave a message saying, hey, check this message under my phone here. Or my keyboard. It's hilarious. I mean, it's literally just, that's what I keep trying to tell people. I remember saying a few weeks ago, I said, this is one of the strongest cases I've ever seen in the entire time I've been covering true crime, which is thousands of cases. And they go, oh, come on, man. Nothing makes sense here. You know what's weird is it all makes sense. It's like when I look at it, there's nothing that's confusing. I'd like to know who the car was that parked behind him there. I want to know who he was texting at the top of the stairs. I want to know about the Discord server and all that stuff. But the shooting itself and who did it is absolutely the most simple thing to understand. All right, look at that. There's Kami with 1. We need 5 more channel memberships. Who's going to do that? Then I'll donate 5 myself. They knew he was the one. The pictures, the clothing, the gun. Yeah, exactly. 5 more freaks. We can do it. That's right. Over contemplate cases. Yeah, right. But look what they're doing in this case. I was told by a special forces guy that the bullet has to go out. It's impossible for it to be shot and not go out. Therefore, we are going to dispense with all logic and reason and remove and come up with a conspiracy that explains every single one of the steps before that. Oh, that's not Tyler Robinson walking there. Look at his ears. Oh my God, it's a different guy. How come he's got a blue backpack in that one and a black backpack in the other one? Because people can't have 2 different color backpacks. Why is he wearing the maroon shirt there? Look how much more filled out he is over at the Dairy Queen, even though his parents said, yeah, that's our kid. And everybody knows that the picture at Dairy Queen is Tyler Robinson because it looks exactly like him with a close-up of his face. So that means Tyler Robinson was at the very least in town at 6:30 in the evening on that day, right? And then we see 2 other shots of him walking around with the same maroon shirt on, but just jeans. Yeah. Five more memberships. We can do it, freaks. After that, that's it, man. I'll donate the 5. I just want to do my 5. Koberger's pure evil. I feel like Tyler was vulnerable and radicalized. Yeah, I've been trying to picture, like, if you were somebody that, you know, had never been with somebody before, and then all of a sudden a transgender guy or whatever gave you, you know, whatever you were missing, and then you sort of started caring about them. I mean, I don't know what would make his mind. See, the thing about Tyler is, like, what made his mind so radical that he just wanted to go kill? I mean, I think there was something wrong with him too. Like, you know, like, you know, he was lacking, you know, what is it? Like, just kind of, what's the term I'm looking for? Empathy. You know, just didn't have it. Man, what's going on, you guys? We just need the 5 more, and I'll donate the 5. I saw something the other day about the earlobes not being attached versus they don't know what his earlobes look like. Just don't bother with that stuff, man. Yeah, he doesn't have empathy. He's sort of like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was a little bit autistic. Just, maybe because, he's smart, not that, but it's just sort of like he doesn't seem, he's not Koberger, but a little bit, more functioning on the spectrum than Koberger. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see him when he's reading the scholarship thing, he sort of like smiled like, oh, because I'm supposed to be smiling, not because he was actually smiling. Yeah, that's what I think. How come my goal is the only one nobody's doing? Come on, you guys. When he met Twiggs. Right. I wonder what Twig... what I'm saying is my challenge. I have a challenge out there. 5, and then I do 5. I'll tell you what, I can put it over here on this thing. It doesn't matter if it's memberships either. It's... let's see. We'll do it right here. It just has to be... At this point... All right there. All right, there's 1. Okay, so we just need 4 on that thing that I put up there. I know, you guys. It's like I do a challenge and I get left hanging out there. What's going on with that? Hey, look at love in the laundry. Love in the laundry. What's that mean? What does that mean? Let's see. He was a little off during the traffic act. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so too. He's just sort of as really plain. Like you can't really, can you really picture him, yucking it up, laughing, anything like that? Thanks. I'm a gal, yo. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. His boyfriend going manic must have taken a toll on him. Yeah, he was always there consoling them. I don't know. It's weird. I did have some articles here. They were older ones, but what does that get us at? We need 3 more now. Oh, and I did buy, I have to be the first purchaser, so I'm spending, I think it's 200 and something bucks on Idaho 4 surveillance footage. Because I was the only one that ordered some of the stuff. It's hard not to make fun of the furry stuff. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I've paid half of it currently. Kids need to be outside with other kids. Yeah. I wish every kid could be like when we were kids. There were still predators when we were kids. I mean, I've told the story. I was walking one time, and when I was about 11 or 12, kind of really close to where I live right now, really. I mean, within 300 yards, really. And I was walking down the street, and this car pulls up really fast and goes, "Get in the car!" And I didn't know who these people were. I just ran like a gazelle. I was really quick back then. I took off, and yeah. But I always wondered what the hell that person was. But remember when you were kids, though, like you get on your bike and you just come home, like it'd be like come home before dinner, and then you have dinner, and then you take off. Hey, be home by 9. It was crazy. It was awesome though. Just hanging out. I used to go outside and play basketball. I would shoot hoops for hours and hours and hours. Just like literally, even in the winter, I'd wear gloves on and just shoot in the rain. Going through scenarios in my head, pretending, man, I got pretty good. I was a good shooter. I mean, I really was a good shooter in basketball, even though I don't look like. I was a really good passer, shooter, fast. I didn't try to dribble too much. Just got the ball up court, move, bing, 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 that kind of thing. But it was fun. I used to love just staying outside, shooting hoops for hours, all by myself. Even it was. I don't know what they do in the litter box. All right, who's going to do the other 3 up there, you guys? I'd like to donate the 5. When the street lights came on, I was told to come home. Yeah, something like that in the summer, right? Like it doesn't matter what time of year. The summer though, it would be, 9:30 at night or something. Yeah, Oregon. Basically, that's what I remember. Man, seriously though, why is my challenge is hardly ever met? Like I have to sort of go, screw it. Hey, there's one by EI Rule. Just 2 more now. Thank you. This is the early footage, right? Let's see, what do they got here? Oh no, they took mine. Yeah, they got mine. Oh no, they didn't. They stopped it right where it stopped. So that's that old footage right there. Okay. Let me just read this. So tell somebody type look at when we get the other 2. Let's see. Tyler Robinson's suspected path shows him entering and exiting campus at different points before he made contact with a police officer standing guard after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. In an encounter that places him at Utah Valley University without relying on cell phone records. I mean, that's crazy. According to court documents. I don't remember anything in the court documents mentioning that right there. Scene video and interviews with law enforcement sources. Robinson arrived on campus wearing black at around 11:51, entering through a tunnel. That was at 11:53, though. They didn't put that in there. Driving campus drive after parking his gray Dodge Challenger nearby and walking by, well, we don't know exactly where he parked that, but walking by the Utah Valley Institute of Religion on his way towards the Losi Center at the heart of campus. So just one more now. Investigators retraced his movements with the help of campus security camera network, a law enforcement source said. And thanks again up there, Chris O'Connell. That was really kind of you there. Appreciate it. I mean, just for you guys, just for them. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get this. Yeah, Chris O'Connell. And get the 5 memberships, 2 cat eye donations. Somebody can do the 1 remaining gifted membership. in their honor. I was home on leave. Yeah, so Robinson arrived on campus wearing, and then we read that. Investigators retraced his movements with the help of campus security camera. Right, exactly. The one on the roof. They went backwards. A law enforcement source said he is believed to have scouted the area hours before the shooting before returning in a new set of clothes and armed with a 30-06. Yeah, so 10:10 and then 11:50, you might call that hours, He is believed to have scouted, and he also was there at 8:30 in the morning. Robinson allegedly used the rooftop above the Losi Center as a sniper's perch and fired a single shot, which struck Kirk in the neck around 12:20 p.m. That wasn't, it was 12:23:28, but yeah, around that time. Hey, wow, you guys. Thank you. Finally. I'm a DNA detective. And there we go. And thank you guys so much for your generosity and helping support the channel. It's been a little smoother lately. Although there's these long periods where I don't know what's going on, but then I don't know what's happening. But anyways, thanks everybody. And what I try to do on this channel is I try to bring in as much revenue as possible during the month, either through super chats, etc. And then and at the end of the month, I take the entire income, including ad revenue, etc., and I try to find a way to donate thousands of dollars. Of course, if the channel doesn't bring in very much, revenue, then in that, I'm trying to put videos out, but unfortunately, YouTube, I don't know what's going on with the videos. Even videos on the Idaho case, this case, they get like 1,500 views with 180,000 subs. I don't even know how that's possible. It's almost like they don't even know that my videos exist. But, we'll just have to work through it, I guess. They also found impressions. Okay, so here's the part. It says, consistent with the sniper having... Robinson allegedly used the rooftop above the Losi Center as a sniper perch. And he got struck in the neck at 12:23:28-ish, not 12:20. Prosecutors have said campus police found marks left behind on the gravel rooftop moments after the shooting, consistent with the sniper having lain there. Impressions in the gravel potentially left by the elbows, knees, and feet of a person in a prone shooting position. They also found there's video of a person in that exact spot in prone position. That's what we have right here. So when you watch this, that person right here is right before that. I think it's on this video. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. See, that person is right in that spot in prone position. And then even in this photo, it's the same angle. You can't see that person because now they're standing up. At this point, just lie to your viewers and make 100 theories a day, and you will skyrocket. I know. I've been losing, 5, 10, 15, 20 subs a day for a week. Because every time I talk about it, I don't do a conspiracy theory. They go, oh, screw this guy. He's being paid by the Israelis. Let me ask you guys something. If I was getting 7,000 a video, would I really be sitting here going, okay, you guys, if you guys do 5 more memberships, I'll donate 5. Why would I spend any time doing that? I would just sit here and put out video after video after. I would make 6 videos a day, man. God, it would be amazing. That is a creepy shot of Tyler lying on the roof. Yeah, it's crazy. That was out the first day that shot. And that's how, I mean, I don't know. I know I'm sort of bragging when I say this, but when the shot first happened, without any visual other than, okay, he got shot in the front left portion of his neck, I kind of went around here with the freaks over here. And first I was like right over here. I go, that's kind of weird. And I stopped right there. I go, I think he was right here. Look at that shot. Perfect shot angle. But I was wrong. It was right there. Okay, I was off by what, 20 feet or 30 feet or something. And it was right up on the top here. And see, after it was, I'd already decided it was here. I had a pin here. I thought, okay, that's got to be it. Until we got the shot from the guy that was standing right here. All right. And then if you look like that, that's the same shot that we see in the video. If you go back to like right there, see that part that sticks out? There's a little automotive, and then that building, and then that part that goes over there. So you go to Google Earth here, and then there it is. See? That same spot. So if you just keep that in your visual reference and you go, oh, wow, he was right there on that portion of the roof. So then I moved the pin up here, and then I just kind of went up here and kind of slid around and go, okay, from there you can see, but from right there, you wouldn't be able to do the shot because that little point of the roof would cover it. So you had to, he first probably came up and got down here and then shimmied over, like they said, until he had a shot, and then boom, just like that. Now I put this tent from a overhead shot, and that's exactly where the tent is, right there. Are you guys even following along? Seems like we're dead as a doornail again. Whenever I look in the chat, and it's nothing to do with what I'm saying. Anyways, they also found impressions at the alleged sniper perch. We did that. As the crowd below panicked, Robinson allegedly ran north across the rooftop, dropped to the ground, and sprinted across Campus Drive, where he narrowly avoided being struck by a passing van. Yeah, well, you know what? How do we know that? Because that's not on video. Dropped to the ground and sprinted across Campus Drive. Huh. That's interesting. We've never seen that video. They must have been told that. So now we know that when he was running across, a van almost hit him. How come I don't remember ever hearing that? That's crazy. Because we don't have that in the video. We have him, let's see, he's right there. And that's kind of where it just sort of cuts off. Let's see. Oh, is that the van right there? No. Huh. Well, that's sort of interesting. I mean, maybe this vehicle here almost did that, but that means that somebody else has seen more to make that comment. Huh? I don't know what you guys are talking about. What Jack is talking about. Has it has anything to do with what we're referring to, or? Yes, you nailed this, and we learned info. You always do, and the coverage. I mean, I feel like I always have to say all the stuff because nobody, yeah, like people they just keep watching the same nut job conspiracy theorists, and I guess that's what makes them upset is that I call them nut job conspiracy theorists, but that's what they are, okay? Because this case is simple, okay? And so what you're doing. See, here's what the problem is. When you have people that do true crime, and you've been doing it for a while, and you do it the right way, you look at things factually and put things together, and it's cool. But when you get these people that are just kind of come from different communities and pretend that they're true crime people and know how to investigate and look into stuff, like for example, Candace Owens is exactly that. She's really good at politics and speaking rationally like that, but her investigation and what things that she considers to be real sort of a nexus to something is ludicrous. I mean, absolutely ludicrous, and it's embarrassing. And what's more embarrassing are that there are a million views of adoring people that think what she's saying is true. I wish I was one of those people, but I'm not. I just, it's absolute garbage. I mean, almost every, some of the stuff she says is really things that are happening, but the correlation and the things that she's trying to do to tie things together is crazy. They're crazy. Absolutely wildly nutty stuff. All right, what was on here? Police later found the alleged murder weapon wrapped in a towel and hidden in a small patch of woods just a few feet from where he is believed to have crossed the street. As the crowd panicked, Robinson allegedly ran north. Okay, he almost got struck by the van. Prosecutors released excerpts from text messages, conversation that say Robinson had with his roommates. That occurred with Lance Twiggs, I guess, at an unspecified time on the evening of September 10th, in which Robinson allegedly discussed wanting to retrieve a rifle before returning home from Orem, which is about a 4-hour drive. Twiggs is cooperating with investigators. While law enforcement searched the area, Robinson texted Twiggs, telling him to look under my keyboard. The roommate found a photographed note that read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Twiggs later shared the image with detectives. In another message, Robinson allegedly wrote he was stuck in Orem for a while, longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. You weren't the one that did it, right? See, this could be Twiggs protecting themselves. But then wouldn't Tyler catch on to that and say, what do you mean? I went there to do it. You knew that I was doing, I am. I'm sorry, Robinson allegedly replied. I thought they caught the person, Twiggs wrote, according to the court documents. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. Came another alleged reply from Robinson. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. Later in the conversation, he allegedly reiterated that he was looking for a chance. I mean, what a coincidence, don't you think? That they wrote about the same stuff? Law enforcement finds a rifle wrapped in a black towel. And, I mean, my God, that he's talking about the same thing. I mean, of course, we know he has nothing to do with it, right? Because a 30-06 can't do that. So then all of this is fake, right? But, man, what a coincidence that Tyler Robinson actually wrote this to Twiggs, mentioning exactly what was even written on the bullets. I mean, wow, what are the odds? I mean, think of the coincidence there that he literally was like, hey, somebody might have put UWU, notice the bulge or whatever the hell it was. And yeah, it's crazy. Eventually, he allegedly wrote that I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. Hours after the shooting, an officer standing watch over the perimeter made contact with Robinson nearby. He allegedly told the officer he needed to get something from near the garage, according to the source. So that's kind of near the tunnel, and it's also near the wooded area. That wasn't deemed suspicious at the time because hundreds of people had fled in panic after the shooting, and many of them left belongings behind. But the officer did a routine check. Listen to this, you guys. I don't remember reading this for some reason, but he did a routine check on Robinson's plate, which investigators saw in the system later. once they identified him as a potential suspect, placing him in the area, the source said. I mean, my God. Do you guys even remember that part? Because I don't remember that at all. I thought they had his license plate at some point. But that is incredible, right? That's why I'm reading this one, because I saw that today and I was like, I don't remember reading that. Do you guys remember that? Hello? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what made him, I think it makes him a sociopath, is later on he said, man, I think that gun does a great job, or whatever the hell it was. It was just stupid. Hey, you guys, the rest of you here, do you guys remember that at all? That he talked to Robinson and then he literally put his plate in the system and later they found out, wow, one of the officers right here talked to him. How do they explain that? And by the way, when the officer talked to him, did he have his body camera on him? I mean, that is incredible if he did, right? I mean, if the officer had his body camera on as he's talking to Tyler Robinson and then the routine check on his plate. I mean, what a smart officer that was. But the officer did a routine check on Robinson's plate, which investigators saw in the system. Later, and then once they had identified him as a potential suspect, placing him in the area, the source said. Wow. So later on, so they have him as a suspect, then they check the system and went, oh my God, one of our officers talked to him. That's incredible. Prosecutor, I know, well, I don't know where you heard he was confronted, probably by a conspiracy channel. Prosecutors sent the gun to a crime lab for testing and allegedly found DNA consistent with Robinson's on the gun, on the towel it was wrapped in, and on 3 of the 4 rounds inside. But also, Cash Patel said in an interview that they had the screwdriver on the roof that had his DNA on it. So I don't know why that wasn't in the probable cause, but you don't have to put everything in the probable cause. You just have to have enough in there to convince the judge that it's more probable than not that a crime occurred. Gray, don't remove those. Don't remove those ones. Let me show you guys these. Gray, you're a government plant. Seriously. You're the one independent investigator who keeps insisting Robinson is guilty. Ooh. Good Lord, you guys. Wow. I mean, do you understand how dumb you sound? Look at, I want you to unsub. Hey, Kish, I want you to unsub. Please unsubscribe. Tell all of your friends to unsubscribe from my channel. Please. I don't want anybody that thinks like you anywhere near here. Okay? Wow. Yikes. You're an embarrassment. All right, let's see. That's right, everybody. The Israelis, the FBI is sending me a $5,000 check every time I sell the narrative that they want out there, everybody. Just ask Kish. He's a genius who knows everything, and none of us know anything. I'm never watching it. Yeah, let's play that. Here we go. Here, Kish. Hey, check it out, Kish. This is you right here. Let's go. Let's play it. Here we go. Here's you. I'm talking to you right here, Kish. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Kish. Hey, dummy. Here we go.
Did you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
How you're a crazy person, Kish. You're an embarrassment. Zio scum. Oh, jeez. Hey, everybody, if you think Tyler Robinson did it, somehow you're Zio scum. You are what a nut job. My God. Wow. Ding, 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 da, do, ding, 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 ding. Attention, all freaks. Kish is now departing. Okay, one more time. Hey, Kish, right here. Just don't forget. Here we go.
I'm sure they'll get the The
Don't forget that. Hey, listen. Hey,
obligatory.
Hey, Kish, next time I'm on court TV or something, make sure to go into the comments section and type this in. All right.
I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
Oh, God, that's awesome. Jesus. You know, if I had $1 for every time these nut jobs say this stuff, man, it'd be amazing. Every case that I do, I get the same idiots that make the same comments over and over and over again, that I'm some government shill of some sort. Because when I like, and here's what the truth is. There's cases where I look at the probable cause and I go, yeah, I don't know about that. And I prove stuff that isn't correct and everything. And then there's cases where it all just makes sense. And you look at it and go, yep, that's exactly what I'm seeing. That's exactly what I'm seeing. And that's what I'm seeing in this one. All right. It doesn't mean you work for the CIA or FBI or some shit like that. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, I mean, lunatics think that. It's just wild. Mm-hmm. You treat people like shit. Your channel is tanking. I used to like you. Block me. You've never watched my channel in your life, Mark. You've never watched it. That's what somebody just typed in, by the way. It was automatically held, so you guys can't see it, but that's what somebody just typed in. They said, you treat people like shit. You mean the troll who just came in here and said that I'm an FBI plant? I can't say anything back, Markman. I can't say anything. I just got to sit here and take it. You're ridiculous. I think I've treated everybody in here nicely tonight, just the normal people. Is there anybody in here that thinks I was mean to you tonight? Other than the trolls who literally were in here to try to create problems? Put a 1 if I treated you mean tonight. I don't remember doing it. I think these are people coming from that same community, you guys. Gray wants teal super chats. Well, thank you. Are a troll, Markman. You are a troll because I don't know you. I've never seen you before in my life. You came in here and you made a stupid comment right after some troll came in here and was trashing the comment, and then you make your comment. How does your comment fit in any way, shape, or form of what was going on in here? Okay? You are a troll. I've never seen you before, never heard from you in my life. You're just somebody that came in here from a shit community that's out there intentionally to disrupt the show. We all know it. It's not confusing. Nobody's confused. That's Gray laughing. Yeah, that's me laughing. Well, no, the person laughing, there's a person that played that for me. He goes, Gray, this is hilarious. And he watched it. As he was recording it, he laughed, and then he sent it to me. So I'm laughing, and that person's laughing. Yeah, so, I mean, when I played again, I'm laughing. But it's only him. I go, I make a laugh, but he's literally laughing. Just listen in the background. So there's a friend of mine listening. Watch.
I'm never watching again.
See that other laugh? That was the friend recording it that was laughing. Yeah, it was pretty good. That was pretty good. I know. Yeah, that's okay. DJ Gorowski. I'll tell you what, Candace Owens has really sort of, I'm not sure what's going on, but she's sort of like awoken a really sort of almost viral anti-Semitic group of people. I don't know what's going on, but you look at her and it's anti-Semitic, not anti-Israel, anti-Semitic. When she's doing her shows, go read the comments in the comment section whenever there's any reference to anything Jewish. Like if she brings up, what's his face? Man, I never remember his name. I don't know what. Ben Shapiro or anybody like that. You see all these comments in there. They literally type in Nazi phrasing. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Why is that okay to do? It's just wild. Yeah, I don't know. The dancing tacos didn't show up tonight for some reason. It is scary, you know. So I mean, I'm just saying, even if you're not Jewish out there, it should bother you. I mean, what'd they ever do to you, for God's sakes? It's crazy. And it's just always a scapegoat for the nut jobs out there. I don't know who these people are. If they're paid, I don't believe that they're paid instigators. I just think they're just nuts. What do you mean all is good, Markman? I don't know who you are, man. Never seen you before in my life. You come in here and you say, you're so mean. And right before that, there was a crazy person in here just trashing the channel. They said that I am a paid operative by, you know, somebody, and I was addressing them. So you obviously weren't paying attention, right? And no, it's not all is good. You don't just type that in after your shit comment. Let's see. Should be better. It's terrible. That guy. CO should be better. Oh, yeah. Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. When you watch your show, it's hard to pick up on, you know, like you're just sort of watching it, right? Why? Has boxes? What? When you're watching the show, it just seems pretty natural, you know, like, oh, yeah, she's just talking and but she brings up these loose association things, comments somebody made, and then tries to tie them together for like an overall picture. Like, why does she bring up this thing about there were 13 Israeli phones in the audience? How would she even come close to knowing anything like that? And then what does that even mean? Like an Israeli phone? It's just crazy, you guys. And she just says stuff and you guys are just going to believe it. And when I say you guys, I mean the people who watch it and believe it. Mm-hmm. Have any of you guys ever seen that account before? That Mark Menenga or whatever the hell his name is? Anybody? I used to be a sub, not anymore, man. Yeah, she's really good at making. She's really close to going after Erica Kirk, even though she keeps saying she's not. But you notice how when she says stuff like, yeah, I don't know, anybody could forgive somebody so quickly like that. I mean, I couldn't. But she looks at the audience in hopes that they'll start saying, yeah, that is weird. That's sus. You know, that is weird. Maybe she's forgiving because she wanted it. You know, that's where she's trying to get people to go. You know, there wouldn't be a reason to bring that up at all. Why even bring that up in that case? And, you know, I've said stuff like that before, like, how could you forgive somebody? But I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's like, man, I don't know how you could ever do, like in the Koberger case, how Madison Mogen's mother, I think, like forgave him or something. It's like, what? Yeah, what are you talking about? How can you forgive that? But I don't go, ooh, she must be involved somehow because they would. But that's what she's trying to imply because that's her theme. That Turning Point USA is part of something. And, hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers.
Oh, I'll be back if you want me to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I hope you guys all appreciate and like my channel that are watching. You know, it's just it's been difficult lately to get a foothold on my videos for some reason. I think I almost have to have like breaking news of some new profound information or something, not just an insightful video that blows away any of the conspiracy videos, but people don't like that. But if there's some breaking news that, oh yeah, let's watch that. I mean, this guy, that idiot that talks about the Google Trends, he put out a video or a show he did where he's just talking about a lecture that a Turning Point USA pastor gave, and just goes on and on for like, look how sus, look at this. Ooh, wow, look what he said here. And then he stops it right after he says the comment, so we don't get to hear what the, his next words were. It probably all made sense. And it's just sitting there. But what does it matter what the pastor guy that's associated with Turning Point said and its association with Charlie Kirk? See, that's what's weird, is everybody thinks it's all kind of connected. There's something really weird going on. Let's see. Okay, but it's not from World War II, Grandpa's gun. Well, it's a 1906 World War I, but I guess he could have replaced the barrel at some point, maybe. I'm sure it was great. Yeah, when I put out videos lately and they get like 1,500 views, that's almost impossible. 2,000 maybe. I don't know. You guys can't help me with that, but it's just something that I'm mentioning because it's really odd, feels strange. Maybe I'll try to pay because you can do, like, you can give YouTube like $100 and they can do something where they get it in front of more people. But is it worth it? Because you'd have to make $100 back in ad revenue, and that would take about 13,000 views or something, and I don't know if they're going to get you that. Yeah, Tyler Robinson. Yeah, Luis. Yeah. Have you guys ever looked into the? Because I did a whole folder on it recently. The January 6th shooting or bombing. I mean, sorry. So I got this whole folder here. Maybe we'll go over that. But I put this together about. Let's see what day this was. On. It was November 5th, so 4 days ago or so. I put together this whole folder, and there's a ton of surveillance footage that the FBI put out. And people are saying it's a particular person. They're all, putting their name like they're a cop from the area or something. I'm not going to put that person's name out unless it was put out there by, an organization that actually is trustworthy. But, it's pretty interesting. You guys want to go over this maybe tomorrow? Tomorrow during the day, I'll play the Ashley Jones's interrogation. Is that not going to play? Let's see. Open with... Uh-oh. Looks like it's frozen again, right? Yep, look at that. God. It's crazy. Yeah, see how when it doesn't play, it makes me think that let me try that again. Oh, wait, there we go. It just moved over here, so that's good. Okay, got that. Oh, there we go. So there he is. There's the guy. It looks like it might be a girl, though. So I thought the person walked like a female. What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, that's like a guy doesn't stand around like that. So that's total girl walk right there. Don't you think? I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's not a guy. That's what I was thinking originally when I saw it. Yeah, we can map it out. I think I could figure it all out, what they were saying, find every spot and so forth. That's them right there. So, anyways, all right. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow if you guys are interested. What do you guys think? Sweet. I don't think it'll be a video, though. It'll be a live stream. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for me tonight, you guys. Long day, 4-hour video, and then a 2-hour and 40-something minute live stream. But I want to say thanks to K-Me, then, well, it says Mimhausen, but I know it was different than that. Christine, Marilyn, Alley Cake, Wild Bill Wassman, then Jason, gifted a membership, then Tracy Van Brott, Richard Watts, and then Christopher Marshburn, and then Alley Cake 9753, Christine YK 8 something, then C Daly, then Wild Bill Wassman gifted a membership, then Chris Stew, Alley Cake, Christine Y gifted 5, then Wild Bill Wassman gifted a membership, and then we had Alley Cake gifted 1, and then Candalee Woodward Stone been here for 50 months. That's 4 years and 2 months. And then Tracy Van Brott gifted 1. Lisa Valenzuela gifted 1. Alley Cake gifted 1. And then Chris O'Connell gifted 10. And then Mariska. And then Upcountry Mornings gifted 5. I think that's a different name in chat. And then Marilyn gifted 1. And then Chris O'Connell gifted 5, and then Chris O'Connell did a cat eye donation. And then I'm a Gallio did 5 memberships, and then Chris O'Connell did another cat eye donation. And then allegedly Joy Miller. And then we have K-Me, Sandy Shirley, I'm a Gallio, EI Rule, and Glenn Bush all gifted a membership. And then I'm a DNA Detective gifted 1, and then I gifted 5 because you guys matched those 5 that I wanted. That took forever. But then Chris O'Connell, and then Aaron Sayers, and then Aaron Sayers gifted a membership right at the buzzer there. Then we had I don't know if we have any. We had Eileen with a Venmo. I don't think we have any coffees today. Anyways, maybe tomorrow we'll go over the January 6th bombing. It's the same day as that, the event over at the Capitol. But they put a bomb at both the RNC and the DNC, which is crazy. Did I try to interview that house? What do you mean? Oh, no, I went up to the door and I knocked on it, but nobody answered. The house that I'm at right here. I went right to the door, knocked, stood there for a little bit, nobody answered. Man, because I really wanted to get this camera here has a lot of information in it. I think this camera right here has the Dodge Challenger driving by a number of times. I think it also has Tyler Robinson walking by at probably 9:53 5:56. No, at about 9. Actually, excuse me. Walking by at probably like 10:04. They have him walking by at 11, and then I think again at like 11 something, and then 11:45 he walks by now limping with the rifle, and then I think he goes by there again with shorts on after the shooting, after he changed clothes, because he runs down that street and he has to turn right there to get to his car. So he's on. I think he's on there 4 times, but we've only got him once. And so this camera has a lot of stuff on it. Trust the internet for sure. I'm not sure what that even means. I'm not sure I trust the Fed's narrative on the pipe bomber suspect. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Are you starting the whole conspiracy on that one, too? I know you're just joking. Yeah. But hey, you guys, I want to say thank you very much to everybody who's supporting the channel tonight. Special thanks out there to Chris O'Connell tonight. Made a big difference in there. Really appreciate it. I started here. I beat Candace to the punch. Yep, she'll get right on it. She'll say, you know, that guy looks a lot like Lance Twiggs. That bomber there. Wow. Okay, you guys, I now think it is Lance Twiggs. Now, here's what I think. Blah, 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 blah. Every day it's a different take, you know. I mean, how come Candace Owens doesn't have the same, you know, she's developing the same case? It's not. She always throws something at the wall, see what sticks on that day, and then once that gets disproved, she moves on to another topic. She tries to kind of weave it there, like she was on to the right path. Eventually, she'll figure out a way to get back to that it was the trans community. She just had to make sure none of that other stuff was true. She'll get back to that again and say, see you guys? And everyone will go, yeah, you were great, Candace. Oh, God. You mean the person who caused so much hate for so many other people out there for no reason at all? There's literally people that think Israel took out Charlie Kirk. Give me a break. Give me a break. What a joke. See, Gray, you're just a plant. No, I have a brain that works. It's weird. No, she doesn't. If she watched my videos, she wouldn't even get it. She wouldn't even understand it. She'd just say, yeah, that's the narrative they want you to believe. She thinks the same way. And she knows that the vast majority of people that are, you know, avid viewers are conspiracy theorists in her world. You know what I mean? In my world, that's why my crowd are intelligent people that use common sense and reason and logic, and those aren't very common anymore. You know, like that's why it's hard to get a bigger crowd of people, because there aren't very many people that use common sense and logic and or are like that at all. It's scary, isn't it? So the people that watch my channel are smart people, and that's where the difference is. You know, unfortunately, there just aren't very many. You know that phrase when people go, well, common sense isn't common anymore. That's exactly it. This channel is common sense. We use logic, reason, work through the cases the same way every single time, and we are right like 99% of the time. Just nail it. And that's it, man. If you want to go watch something for fun and goofy shit that's never going to be true, and then get angry at the people that aren't selling that, then that's your problem. But we don't do that here. Oh, God, it's crazy. Anyways, again, thank you so much, everybody, for your generosity. You know, I didn't tonight. I didn't. I asked more than yesterday, but not as much as I So yeah, I'm trying not to ask as much, for this support. I just hope that people are supporting the channel just so we can do it. But tonight, I like it when there's challenges. When people do a challenge, then it's like, hey, we can just try to get that going, and that sort of gets things moving along. So, and it's hard, man. It's like every day, if videos aren't getting ad revenue, it puts a hell of a lot more pressure on the live streams, unfortunately. I doubt it, Mr. Mean One. I really doubt it. Let's see. I bet that leak she said she has at the FBI is made up. What is she saying she's getting from the FBI, EI Rule? What is she saying? What is she seeing out there? Within a month, she will be saying she thought it was Tyler. Yeah. And everyone's going to believe her and respect her for it because she put in the work, man. I mean, hell, she went out there and accused Israel. Will she ever apologize for that? Like, here's the thing. When it finally gets to the end and she realized, wow, it was Tyler Robinson and that trans activist group that he was involved in, will she ever come back on and say, you guys, I got to talk to you about something. I was absolutely wrong when I accused Israel of doing this. But then she'll have to say something like, but you can understand why I thought that, right? Because blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't think so, Mr. Mean One. But hey, good for you. I'm glad you think so. Let's see. Yeah, she'll never apologize for it. Well, thanks, Aaron. I'm glad I can make you laugh a few times. Wow, good for you. You finally caught on, Mr. Mean One. All right, good for you. Let's see. No, she'll never apologize for it, though. Just think about it. She's just not going to be able to do it. Because Candace Owens actually is anti-Semitic. She doesn't like Jewish people. You can just tell by the way she talks. I don't think she probably, if she finds out somebody's Jewish, she probably doesn't trust him because that's how she is. It's unfortunate, but that's how everything that she says now, that's what the sense you get from what she's saying. Unless it's one of the ones that criticizes Israel, then of course they're somebody she can talk to. Yeah. I mean, at least she could just be honest about it. Because when it comes down later, she'll have to admit when the trial's happening and everything, oh, wow, it is Tyler Robinson. Oh, wow. She might still try to imply that there was somebody was behind the convincing of Tyler Robinson that was from Israel or Turning Point USA. I mean, give me a break, you guys. How did they know? I mean, you got to admit that it is weird. Although, Charlie Kirk gets a lot of questions on the trans issue. So it definitely could just be coincidence. But man, with all those trans community people that knew about the shooting beforehand, and then there's the one question out of the two that we got was on that, and then boom. It's absolutely crazy. Let's see. They never apologize. Yeah. Well, I'm called that all the time, Nine Toe. But I actually think I'm probably the most honest YouTuber that there is. I don't know how to tell you. I do my shows. I tell you when we're struggling. I tell you that this is how I feel today. I'm not happy every single day, but I still do the shows. I try to make things happen on here. Every time we donate money to charities, I show the amount on the screen. I go out of my way to go to my email and load it up again on the screen. Then once a month, I get the spreadsheet and I show you guys that one. I show every single thing that we're doing here. And I tell you on the show, if you guys want to help support my channel, that would be great. I try to, at the end of the month, I try to donate a large portion of my income to charity, depending, if we don't make that much, then we're not going to be able to do it. We had 1 month this year where I was only able to donate $1,000 because I think we only brought in 8. Okay. So you bring in 8 and then you get taxed. So that's like 5. And then that's just kind of squeaking by, right? It doesn't work. And that's why it sucks when you're not getting ad revenue, because there's it's hard to get it coming in. But I tell you guys, and if you can't afford to support the channel, do not do it. I'd rather have you spend money on taking care of yourself. I don't know how many more times I can say this stuff, but everybody, and yes, there are shows, there had been shows, I'm working on it, not feeling like disappointed, or at least I can feel it inside, but it doesn't show up. Like when we just have one of those nights that just is a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like some nights it's an absolute struggle and it's frustrating, and I don't know what to say. It's like I'm working the same hard, and then so I say it, but I'm trying not to even say that. I'm just trying to make things happen. I mean, if you're new here, my channel's donated $269,000 out of the income to the channel. Now people go, that's other people's money, Gray. And I go, no, it's not. They're supporting my channel. They also know that I'll be, at the end of the month, I like to donate a large portion of the income. If we only brought in 7,000 or 8,000, they would understand if I didn't send anything in. We might have donation night, and all of a sudden it would be like every nickel that came in there, we'd send it out. But anyways, I don't know what to say. I know that I wish that we had 1,000, devoted channel members that were at the $10 a month level, and that would be matter at that point. Like if we were at that, and then there was some ad revenue, etc., that would be huge. But we're not that way. It's not the way it is, and very few people, when they get membership, sign up for the $4.99 or the other one. They get the $1.99 one, and then you need about, I'd say, 5,000 channel members to get to sort of a level where you could probably donate 2,000 or so. I don't know why you're in timeout. Oh, I just didn't I didn't like any of your comments. That's why. You're telling everybody how you're smarter than everybody else in here. And yeah, I just wanted to remove those. Right. Good for you. Hey, thank you, Virgo Alex. Although that's not your actual name. It's Alex, right? I mean, I've seen I get it. This is making me confused with this, the @ symbol thing. Yeah, that's the thing and you don't need to explain why. Like if I'm trying to bring in, like, hey, you guys, if you can support the channel, you don't need to say, oh, well, I can't because, nobody was questioning that. I assume that people who can't support the channel can't afford it, right? Or don't want to, or for whatever reason, Yeah, it's just Alex, right? I mean, I recognize your picture more than the name. That's the thing. See, it's right there. It's @ Virgo Alex, but it's not really that. Yeah. And if you don't want to watch my channel again, then just remember this, man. Go over to Court TV's video and type in.
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
don't know what it is, man. Every single time I play it, I laugh. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's just how dramatic and stupid the cry is. You know, it's like how stupid the cry is what makes me laugh. You know, it's awesome. I'm never watching again. Oh boy. Let's see. No better way to start the day than with Gray. All right. Hey, it rhymed. Just woke up in the UK. No better way to start the day with watching Gray. Wonder why Trump seemed to distance himself from Candace around 2 years ago. Yeah. The whole Epstein thing, I think, is just one of the most stupidest things in the world. That it's like these MAGA people are so into, like, and the thing is if Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files, here's my conspiracy that I think is absolutely true. If he was legitimately in the Epstein files, the Democrats would have put that out there. In the last 4 years, they would have put it out there, no doubt about it. And then magically, there's a reference to him, and Trump is the one who actually put the charges on Epstein originally, because he had nothing to do with anything. He knew the guy, but if he knew, let me just say this, if Trump knew that he was in the documents, why would he press the charges on him? Right, and because he wasn't in there. But then all of a sudden, magically, his name shows up during the 4 years the Democrats are in there, and then all of a sudden, they're the ones pushing to release the Epstein files. Oh, yeah. Isn't that crazy? I mean, the Democrats never wanted to put those files out there. And now they do somehow. Yeah, and also the lady friend of Epstein said that Trump had nothing to do with anything. So you sort of, well, okay, here we go. Here we go again. How did I trick you? Oh, yeah, it was over a minute ago. We're just doing that little last minute talking around, just doing whatever. Hey, there's Mr. Mean. The one that got timed out. The one that said that they were smarter than everybody else. Oh, God. So that's my conspiracy theory on that. I think it's almost obvious. It's like, okay, he's the one that finally put charges on Epstein, and the Democrats never said anything about Trump being mentioned in the documents. And then somehow, and they controlled the FBI and everybody, so they would have known this. The FBI certainly would have put that out there because of all the other crap that they did, and they didn't do it. And then magically, when they say, yeah, we're going to put out the Epstein files, ooh, this little reference comes up. And now he doesn't want that out there. Because you know how that, I mean, it's so classic of what's been going on. Right. EI rule, exactly. They just want that little hit from the document. Oh, it was kind of a joke. Kind of, though. It was kind of a joke. Okay. So you might be smarter than everybody. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, if your IQ is 250, you got me beat. I'm just kidding. But hey, since everybody in here is smart, you might be really smart too. There you go. I think there are so many powerful people in Epstein files. Right. I think there are, like, lots of famous people are in there. I'm not sure we'll ever get the truth in it. Mr. Mean. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, there you go. I stayed on for a few extra minutes. I guess that's we're done now. But I want to thank everybody, and thanks everybody for helping keep things moving along in terms of the support for the channel. We're not the 2 months ago was one of the best month of the year, and then this last month was like 60% of that, and then this month is going to be less than that one if we just keep up the same pace. But who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe something will break and we'll get more views on something. Yeah, cool, DJ. Really cool. And if you want to become a channel member here and you can't afford it, just make yourself available. You click up above, and we got a lot of generous freaks in here that donate a lot of memberships. For example, we got 57 gifted memberships tonight. It's pretty cool, isn't it? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll go over the January 6th bombing videos, map it all out, and see what we come up with and the latest theories and whatever that are out there. All right. So thank you guys very much. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry I'm not always in the greatest mood in the world, and that I'm not always whatever, but I'm still here doing the shows. All right. Yeah, we got to get the rap going for Bruce Holdaway. All right, here we go. Let me put this on the screen there, and here we go right now. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. Boom. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Hey, Bruce, check it out.
This whole time, I have not seen one. Yeah, Bruce, check it out, man. That is a
Crime dissector, the projector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get you on a stretcher if you try to play me like an old projector. Crime psych ray, what's the bunny doing, man? Give another lecture, crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector, fool reflector, interceptor. And I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his vector with a respector.
Just remember, I've a temper fucking check.
I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender.
And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Thank you, freaks. Have a great evening. Thank you all for showing up tonight to Gray Hughes Investigates, where we put the facts together to tell the cohesive stories in all cases. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, everybody, be safe out there. Be safe out there, freaks.